All right. Well, welcome as we go on to our Planescape adventure here. Turn of Fortune's wheel, leaving Ragus with Alistair. That takes the place of the one known as Adric, as our crew have learned to deal with changing ways of and the somewhat hurt as those leave incarnations of maybe other beings. Not sure what existences are true as they ride in the castle along the outlands. Currently attempting to navigate towards Glorium. They must first traverse Spireward as they move about. As the great journey is occurring, we had some actions going for our Bastion. What y'all wanted to do?
Well, I can start. Actually, first and foremost, Alistair is like a kid in a candy store when he gets to this walking castle. He is all of the energy that seemed sucked out of him after the fight when simply casting spells seemed to take a toll on him. He kind of gets all of that back, all that energy back when he sees the walking castle, gets super excited, kind of runs around it, finds the map room in particular, where everyone's deciding to go to Glorium. And when the decision's made, he starts asking, how far back can you zoom out on this? And he tries to do the gesture, sort of get it to zoom out. And can it go beyond the Outlands? Yes. So we're making little like that, and he doesn't know how to do it. So he's like using his whole body to sort of
Zethra laughs as she sounding gets so that you can see just the outlands and the borders of it. It ends at the gate towns.
Okay.
It's navigational, so cannot travel on the spires outside. But this is what our navigational path is.
I see. Okay. All right. That's good to know. And he sort of looks at it and spends some time jotting down. Actually, opens his notebook, is almost sketching in his notebook what the entire Outlands looks like, making all sorts of notes on it. And I was told that 3, I believe you said that I should investigate the library down on the first floor. Is that still all right with you?
Absolutely. It seems right up your alley.
Oh, excellent. So I think what Alistair will do, the first thing he starts doing is researching. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm going to say that he's trying to research what is beyond the outer planes. So I don't know if he knows the term for this, but he'd be trying to investigate the astral planes, basically. And he's just trying to get a sense of how it all fits together. So how does the astral plane relate to where they are now, and how does it relate to the prime material plane? And I think that'd be his research action.
Okay.
Yeah.
So. All right, others.
I could hire us some more people to be our bastion defenders.
Okay. So, I mean, now what does it say? How many you get?
I roll a d4, and that's how many get hired.
All right, let's go.
3.
3.
Hearing his name, no, I'm just teasing. Wendy is going to use his bastion action in the armory to ensure that the new hires are fortified and ready for battle.
Okay, very nice. So, being the Outlands silver, you can really decide all the different shapes and sizes that you might find. There's many things around.
Well, I know I already there was an orc and a tiefling. So I'm gonna say this guy is like a big, hulking, hairy bugbear, and he has like a little gnomish friend. And then there's this other guy who's missing all of his teeth. But his name is Fang.
Beautiful.
Actually, I'm gonna start a piece of paper that has everybody on it, and I'll go from there. Get a piece of paper.
Silver's hiring criteria has yet to make any sense.
They gotta be able. They have to have killed at least one person.
A low bar to have set.
Yeah.
Question, Matt. Can I, so in the gardens, one of them is a flower garden, and you can, your bastion action can like harvest and sell the flowers for a monetary amount. For flavor, well, not really for flavor, but could I make this like a crystal garden?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Half of the question, part 2, part 2.
Okay.
Could I use those, instead of selling them, can I use those with my toolkit gemologist and like awaken them or whatever based on the monetary value?
Yeah, sounds
okay. Beautiful. So what used to be this like herb garden, I think she wouldn't necessarily like gut it, but over time, Nayland would be sort of clearing it out, like bringing the herbs to the kitchen for cooking or whatever. Except there had been one thing in this garden that hadn't been an herb, and there was a rose bush growing in the garden, and that for some reason Nayland doesn't feel like she can remove that piece. So just sort of off to the side, but tended to, there's a rose bush surrounded by these crystals.
Love that.
PW would have kept an eye on whomever had chosen a weapon from the armory, given the choices out of Ragus before, and or checked in with folks to see if there was anybody who had yet to procure a weapon of a +1 magical variety, so he could start working on the next one, if there's anybody in particular.
Okay. That was if anyone grabbed it from the when you got the stuff from Ragus?
I finished the first one that I had made for Simone, but now I can start another one. So it's a question of if anybody still needed one.
If he asks Alistair will sort of say, I don't really carry, I mean, I have this, and he pulls out, it's a antique looking crossbow. Like, it's unclear when the last time it was fired. Like, I have this. It's not worth going into why I have this, but I'm not particularly good with it. Honestly, I don't often know what happens. I don't really know what happened when we got into that scrape. So, yes, I am probably fine. Thank you for asking.
I believe you may have found this from an antique store. You are aware that bolts are loaded here. You will gesture to how the crossbow is.
I have fired it once, just not in anger.
On purpose.
Yes. Several times not on purpose, but I have fired it at least once on purpose.
We do have a range within the castle, so you may practice as to avoid injuring yourself or others.
There's a range in here? How big is this place? And Alistair runs off.
It is needed to be.
Alistair runs off to find the range just because it doesn't fit in the geometry he saw from outside.
As a side note, too, PW can also make basic armor of a non-magical variety. So if anybody else has armor needs.
Anything else?
Caliburn will fly to her store, and she'll sit down upon the desk and take a look around. Things are looking pretty bare in here. So she'll hire What to put in a trade order for 500 gold worth of supplies. And
1 year later, What finishes the order?
And meanwhile, she will spend a little bit of time browsing the dollhouse section, looking for some new clothes, maybe a new house, Malibu doll set for the beach, and just get her wardrobe all procured because she'll decide she's just going to live in here.
If you're lucky, your Malibu dollhouse will come with real sand. So our new Bastion defenders are Geo the Bugbear, Tote the Gnome, and Fang the Human.
Amazing.
I really like the name Tote.
to join the orc and tiefling Anya and Tabitha, and those two I specifically wrote that they're married. The others, they're just friends, but they found Fang. He was getting carried off by some flying bats. They were very large, and they saved him, and he joined them on whatever adventures they were having.
Recipe for a spin-off.
So, who else got the dimensional shackles, you guys?
Well, I did.
I can't wait to test these suckers out.
Are you implying to me that you want to try them on me?
No, I was implying that I can't wait until we find somebody that we need to beat up and then put them on them and then accidentally lose the key on purpose.
Nayland eyes Fang. Feels like we could probably take Fang down just to try the shackles out if we wanted.
Fang is picking his nose.
Does this group often take prisoners from the adventures we're on? I don't. I'm still new. I don't know if that's a normal thing.
Yeah, I'm new too.
PW has a gleam in his eyes. He says, "Not often."
Oh, also, Naylin, you gotta see this. And then Silver digs around in like her room of junk, and she pulls out, because I've had this. She pulls out the person catcher, the electrified man catcher.
Oh.
A man catcher.
Well, it probably also catches women, but that's what the guys called it. They called it my electrified man catcher. As we kind of beat them up and ran away.
This is pretty perfect. I mean, you get him with the man catcher, I'll get him with the shackles. We could do like a 2-man job here.
Oh yeah.
So, is there a pool here?
I don't know, actually. I'm sure we could figure out how to make one.
Yeah, we should make that our project for the next adventure.
Alistair's been scampering around trying to measure the inside of this place. So if there was a pool, he probably found one by accident.
That there goes no pool. Water not good for Githyanki skin.
Oh, well, I think we could go sunbathing by the pool.
I'm sure we could build you a pool for your size.
What's that supposed to mean?
I'm just saying it's easy to make a small pool than a big pool.
I happen to be very big, as she's sitting in a bowl of sand with a candle nearby. In her bathing suit, just getting the sun.
That's a candle, not the sun.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I think you have a point. Alistair looks out, has been looking into the sky. There's no sun in the sky, right?
No, not really. It's
Not
like
really.
it's bright, then it's not bright.
And there's no stars at night or anything. So, yeah. I mean, I've stayed up very late, at least one evening, looking for stars. There don't seem to be any heavenly bodies whatsoever where we are, which is fascinating in and of its own right. We seem to potentially be beyond the heavenly bodies, which is a little bit mind-blowing. But, so I don't know if we can bathe by the omnipresent radiation coming from I'm not sure where.
I gotcha. So maybe we could all partake in an ancient pixie tradition. It's where we all gather around and we form a circle and we introduce ourselves and we say something either about ourselves or maybe positive about the next person in the group. It's called a team building exercise.
You know,
Scribbles that down.
Malin leans over to Silver and goes, Califern and Alistair, they're quite different, but something about their energy is really the same.
I'm more than happy to partake in this is a traditional thing. I'm more than happy to do so. I don't know if anyone else is interested.
Yeah. Anytime people join the Pixie People, we form the circle.
Well, I say everything once, so why not?
Has anyone seen Simone?
Well, I think she's probably still in her poison garden. Wonder what's going on that side of the castle.
It's about Nebs.
Nebs is typing.
I mean, I'm waiting to bury my friend, so I was being patient while you guys do your friend circle.
We're planning a pool party.
Literally, if Simone was present, she would simply not care about what is happening. So she will gladly be in her poison garden, of which I'm not entirely sure how the Bastion actions work for that. I know I can harvest, but like I wasn't gonna interrupt, so keep going if you want to.
Well, did we bring Adric's body onto the castle, or are we burying him before we got to the castle?
We were bringing him 'cause we
I
didn't
would
want
have
to-
taken him to the castle
Okay.
with assistance.
Yeah, should we go do a funeral for Adric?
Is this
Wait, the
before
second time.
or after the pool party?
This should be before.
Okay.
It would not feel right to go right after the pool party and everybody's dressed for the pool.
Looks
Jesus.
better to go right after the funeral.
Yeah, it's a celebration alive.
Maybe there should be a day between these two events.
The thing is, I still feel like that's more respectful than we've been to the other deaths that have occurred.
That is so true.
PW has also been searching the kitchen for like a larger casserole dish instead of a bowl for Califern.
Nice. Find a nice one. It has a beholder etched into it.
Ooh. It appears to have some sort of meaning and a much larger volume.
Califern will fly to go find the poison gardens.
You would find Simone inside taking notes and inspecting various plants.
Hi, Simone.
Huh? Oh, hello. Hi, what's up, Califern?
Well, I know we brought, your bestie back, and I just wanted to help in any way with whatever you had planned.
I appreciate that. I'm not really sure where I want to bury him. I was kind of thinking in a garden, but I'm not sure.
Well,
I don't know if he'd want to be buried here in my garden because it's a little, and then she'll poke one of the poisonous plants with her pencil and
we
oozed or something. I don't know.
We could take a coffin, pour the soil into it, and bury him in it, and then we can place it in a place that he liked, so that you can go visit him.
Maybe I will bury him in my garden. That way I can see him every day.
Well, that's a good point. You want me to go gather the troops? Everybody was interested in seeing their respects.
Okay.
All right. Califern will fly back. All right, everybody. Simone's getting everything prepared in the gardens, and we all should be heading in that direction so everybody can say something nice. Alistair, I know this is a little weird. It was weird for us too. I had to say something. Well, I didn't have to, but I said something about my other self. You might think of something.
So I should come. I wasn't certain if that was appropriate for me, given the situation, but I should come, you're saying.
I think so, because, we're all kind of a team, and when one of us falls, one of us rises. And I think it's a good habit to start that, that in a way, Adric kind of does continue on through you in a very minor way.
One of us falls, one of us rises. Interesting, very interesting way to think of it. Oh, certainly. If that would particularly be all right with Simone. She seemed particularly attached to me.
Yeah.
That's going to take getting used to.
Well, yeah. I mean, she and Edric were really, really close. They were apparently really good friends. I wasn't there for most of it, but that's what I gathered.
Right. Okay.
Kelefern will lead the way back.
By the time you guys get here, I think Simone will have like prepared like a little kind of like side plot. I feel like the poison garden wouldn't have like dedicated like cobble pathways or anything. It would just be like a dirt floor. And so she would have prepared like a little area off to the side, like cleared out and everything, so that she could have assisted digging a giant hole to throw well, not throw, but to put Adric's body into. And then she would have like some of his personal belongings off to the side as well. Hello, everyone. I appreciate you guys coming here to help me. And I appreciate you guys taking time to help me get him out of there, because I don't think he would have enjoyed being left behind in a place that was so scripted. He didn't seem too happy to want to go there either, so I didn't want to leave him. And then she'll kind of just like look to PW and ask, do you have anything that you could help me dig a small like grave for? Because I don't think I can do it all by myself.
I do. You can see PW's hand kind of transform into a little garden trowel.
Like a tiny one?
Yes. And comedically, it's small for the size of this hand. Also, still says not dead on the middle of the trowel because that was the hand he used.
Okay. Okay. And she'll kind of like kneel down and start like digging with her hands to kind of get rid of some dirt.
If it seems appropriate, Naylin will take off her jacket and lay it on the side, and she'll start helping to dig.
Kelefern will work on probably a singular rock, just rolling it out of the way.
Like Sisyphus.
Thank you, guys. Do you think that you guys could help lift him over here? And she'll like gesture to 3 and PW.
Of course.
Yes.
The PW would get the shoulder side and the head.
Yeah. 3 will happily carry the feet.
All right. So like as you guys place him down, I think Simone would use decompose to kind of assist in the workload here. So I feel like basically it would be as if like the dirt and like the earth that's right there kind of like comes up and like wraps around him to create like a mound kind of. And then the flower that Adric and Simone had found in the first like I forget what that place was called. In the like greenhouse area of like that first place that we went to. And Adric found
the sensorium.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, the sensorium. The flower that Adric had found that like triggered something, but he wasn't quite sure what. They would appear, and then Simone would get like some of his personal belongings and set them on top of his gravesite. You know, Adric was a really good friend. And at the end of his life, someone said some things about him and about his past that he didn't really know about, or I think understand, because none of us have all of our memory. And even if he did make giant mistakes that she was suggesting, he showed me that he was a good person. And I don't think that the things that we've done should have an opportunity to define us if we have also done things that are kind. And then she'll like pat the dirt and kind of like back up a little bit.
Califern will fly over and kind of hover there above where Adric's buried. I didn't know Adric that well. And admittedly, when I first met him, I thought, well, my first impression was that he was kind of mean, but I think it was not because he was mean, but I think he just had gone through a lot of pain. And I think he was closer to a lot of the other Kellys. And so meeting him while he was burying a Kelly, that was not necessarily the best time to meet, but as time passed on, he showed other sides of himself. I think he was always trying to protect everybody and moving himself toward the front of the fights, and he fought the dinosaurs, and he fought all sorts of other bad things that came our way, and he was among the first to volunteer to take on some challenging puzzles. And like Simone said, I don't know that lady or anything or what even she was talking about, but I think we probably all have some things that we don't know about. Maybe we've done bad things, maybe we've done good things, but it's not necessarily about that. It's about how are we spending our time right now. Maybe this is our second chance to show who we really are deep down with everything else taken away. So I guess I'll remember Adric as he presented himself to the group. And I think he cared about the group. And he will be missed. And I know that he loved Simone a lot. I could tell. And hopefully he can now have peace from all the pain. And then she'll fly away.
Naylin will kind of go after Kelly. And she gets really close to the grave. and she'll actually kneel down beside it and sort of put her hand into the dirt there. And when she speaks, she's speaking low. It's clearly for the grave and doesn't necessarily have to be heard by anybody else. And she's like, now, you know, I was certainly worried about you. You walked like you carried quite a heavy burden, and one that I don't think you knew the name of. But sometimes when we feel like we're being buried, we are in fact being planted. Well, may you grow without burden into the next seas. Take care, Edric. And she gets up and walks away.
Silver's gonna kind of step forward and be like, you've been through so many fights and finally made it to a place where at least there was some kind of glimmer of who we used to be. And finding out who we were, well, it was shit, wasn't it? Maybe that's what the past should be in the past. And we make who we are in the future. The next time one of those psychos comes up and tries to pull one of them aside and say, you did this, you did that, I'll take him down for you, Adric. Silver's gonna kind of just like wipe her nose because she's not crying. She's gonna kind of just like stalk away, planning future murders.
I think Alistair has been listening to all this, and he doesn't know if either the other two were going to say anything or not. He sort of waits politely, but also looks at Simone to see if maybe if she wants him to say something too.
I feel like Simone would just be like kind of turned into herself and not really just like paying attention to anybody else, but also just kind of like nodding her head as everybody talks and kind of just like being grateful that everybody has something nice to say. So do with that as you will.
Califern's like Tinkerbell's in, looks like making hand motions like, why aren't you saying something?
So yeah, Alistair, I think, will sort of look at PWR3 and make sure if they wanted to say something that they went, but
BW does have if you can go before you or after either or.
I think Alistair would wait for everyone else because they all knew Adric.
3, did you have anything?
No, 3 will nod to Alistair, more interested in what he has to say than to speak.
PW has just been kind of staring down at the mound for the majority of this. And he would look up. He would say, Adric was an effective, if reluctant, leader. He took every opportunity to be the shield between us and danger. Occasionally, he felt that he failed. But we all chose to exit the mortuary together, those of us that remember. Our actions are our own, and every action he took was to help or protect us. He never fled from battle for as long as I knew him, and I will always remember him as such. A warrior at the front. Now he has finally escaped. Some of his fears, at least. When we see you again, I will remind you of this.
Simone will start ugly crying.
Venezuela curls around Simone. So it's crying too.
I think Alistair, definitely looking a little overwhelmed, kind of steps forward, and he also kneels down right there. He just looks down and says, and it's very clear that he's kind of talking to Adric more than he's talking to anybody else. This is a very unusual situation, and it's making me realize I think I've seen more death in my life than I would have liked to. I wish I could have spoken with you. I imagine what that conversation would be if we could speak to our other selves. Maybe we would find some truth there, something to hold on to. I wish I could offer you more words of comfort. And he's very much speaking to Adric when he says this. I wish I could offer you more words of comfort. I have spent, I know this, much of my life trying to understand what is out there. And all I have found is that the multiverse doesn't care. It is cold. It is bound by whatever rules it's bound by. And those rules don't care. And that has led me to perhaps one guiding truth above all others. That all we have in this world is each other. And from what I've seen just here today, you forged bonds with all these people. And that speaks more highly for you than anything. I don't know if I can be a shield. I am not a warrior. I have barely control over myself at times, but I will do what I can. And I hope I can live up to it. And he sort of stands up and walks back, sort of just looking at the ground.
So did anyone else want to say something before I? Okay. So when When Alistair steps back, Simone, I think, would grab him by the hand and say, "You don't have to be a shield, Alistair, because you are already doing a good job at being a friend."
Alistair his eyes are blinking rapidly. It's like, that's very kind of you to say. Thank you.
Well, they got a beer on this castle. Give the man a toast.
We should ritually consume poison to consummate his demise.
My thinking exactly.
There goes, oh, yes. We have beer and whiskey.
Oh, kiss you.
Why do we give the deceased toast?
Someone else take that. I'm off duty.
I believe that she is referring to a ritualistic drinking of substances that potentially alter the mental faculties as a way of remembering those who have recently passed. He looks to Naylin. Is that yes?
I'm gonna need a beer and a whiskey, please.
She's the first elf I've ever met. I don't know these things yet.
It is a natural organic being contradiction to consume liquids that generally degrade your ability to remember while attempting to remember the qualities of another that you admire or recollect.
2 beers and a whiskey, please.
An inefficient form of fuel, but common and popular.
The whole time, what's been on my shoulder, they're just kind of wiping away their tears.
Crying. Doing its little.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we should get on with it then, yeah? We've got places to be and things to do.
Well, it'll be a little while before we get there, Simone, so maybe you should join us for some we could all go gather up in the quarters and share the traditional elven ritualistic drinks and be one with each other.
Okay. I'll be there in a moment. I just want a minute alone.
Of course. Fern will head on out.
Alistair will follow.
Naylin puts an arm on Silver's shoulder, who was uncharacteristically emotional, and said, as they're walking out, well, if Silver would walk out with her, but she'd be like, you can put the cuffs on me if you want, just to try them out. Maybe that would cheer you up a little.
Silver has like a mental panic mode of, oh no, she's hot.
She has her like jacket over the other shoulder, swaggering out of there.
Amazing.
This Naylin is so hot.
They're all hot. What are you talking about?
I am of an average temperature.
In the forge? That doesn't make any sense.
All right, are you all out?
Yes, you can do your evil stuff now.
PW slipped away.
Evil. Okay. So Simone is going to pluck a single feather and tuck it into the dirt where Adric's body is. And then she's going to like look over both of her shoulders and get really close and say in Adric's voice, everything's gonna be okay, bestie. And then she's gonna pat herself on the shoulder before she walks out and meets up with everybody else.
Oh,
Well,
oh. That last part was really poignant.
PW ugly cries.
Hey, you're not supposed to hear her.
we were all at the door.
Yeah.
I felt the
Cries
shift in
and tells.
Yeah, you know what? Simone would probably be like not notice that. To be honest, if you do want to hear her, you probably heard her.
PW, you're leaking some kind of like black fluid from your visual sensors. Is that do you need maintenance? Is that I don't understand.
Pay no attention to it. You will fast walk away.
Still trying to understand how that works.
BW is equally confused. This makes no sense.
Kelifern's going to try to get drinks for everybody and make it a very yes. Listen,
One at a time. A shot
he
glass.
is trying.
There you go. For Califern.
So, this place we're headed. What do we know about it?
Malin's hands are in the cuffs.
Why-
My
why are your
internet
hands-
guide. My hands are in the cuffs. And she's like, Califern, if you could just bring that up to my lips, that'd be really helpful.
Okay, you do know there's no key for that, right?
Wait, I have one. Hold on. How does it work again?
You can't take it off.
30 days.
Oh dear. I hope that our trip takes 30 days. You should probably start. Well, hold on. I'll start marking them off, and this is notebook. Actually, this is a fantastic chance to see if there's atrophy in your arm muscles when they are not allowed to move to a certain extent. We can record this. Hang on.
Phelan's flexing. And she's like, I hope they don't atrophy. Start doing bicep curls like this.
Alistair gets out his abacus, and he's got several pieces of string of specific lengths, and he's literally trying to measure your pythons, like your biceps.
Some honey, and I try to put the honey on your wrists. Maybe we could shrink you. You could be like a pixie. I just have to perform the ritualistic pixie absorption ritual.
Wait, I think Silver could take these off if she really wanted to. I did just read the item.
Yep.
Alistair looks slightly disappointed.
It'll be great. I mean, we could both be pixies. You'll get wings. You can hang out with me in my dollhouse.
I do actually envy your ability to fly. So, I mean, for a short time, it probably could be real fun if I could get some wings on me.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a while to grow your wings. You have to earn them. But
Well, how
Probably.
did you earn your wings?
well, I don't really remember, to be honest. But I would have had to have done something that, I don't know. Maybe it's just you become a certain age and you get them. I'm what you would call a level 1 pixie.
Meaning you're young, relatively.
Yeah, a little bit.
Right.
One day soon, I'll be unable to do some of the things I can currently do. But that day hasn't come yet.
Pixies go through metamorphosis.
In a way, yeah, we're kind of for a while we go through a long stage of metamorphosis. So, for example, one day, and that day may never come, but it might also come, where I'll be unable to use my current weapons because I'll have to have them specially made for me.
Sounds like me in my orthopedic shoes.
Yeah. Sure. Exact same thing. Wait, what is this place we're going to again? Wait, is it like a war place? Because we just left a war place.
Well, I don't think actually any of us know anything about it, right? We're just going based on vibes.
Yeah, I voted for Excalibur, so I don't know anything about the
Excelsior.
Excalibur.
Is the town of Excalibur built around a large sword in a bit of granite? Is that how Excalibur the town works?
Mm-hmm.
That's where it takes 3 more shots.
That there did look like, I thought I saw a town like that on the map. It was labeled Sigil right on the bottom.
Sigil,
yeah.
Sigil.
The storehouse will be filled.
Sigil.
Seagull, and then Simone will emulate seagull sounds. The little ee ones, you know what I'm talking about. Seagull.
Alistair has one. It's a shot glass, but it just has beer in it. And every time he's about to take a drink, something interests him and he puts it down. He has not imbibed a single thing yet.
PW showed up to our circle time a little bit late because he dropped off a package at Simone's room, but he will join you in consuming whiskey just one after the other. He's just pouring it into an open port on the side of his chest.
Kellefern sniffs it, but doesn't drink it.
I believe Glorium was described as a place that reveled in adventure.
Oh, that's just what we need. A little bit of adventure.
And revelry. Nice.
Adventure is out there.
I love adventure and knocking heads together.
Indeed. That is the gate down to Yizgard.
To Yizgard?
Yes. Warring places, and one could even find Yggdrasil there. The tree that connects every world to the other.
Oh. So is it like a main street? Like a central hub?
No. It's more, could say, a big tube with many holes. You just woo, see where you go.
That sounds cool.
But Glorium itself is where the most vicious and terrifying monsters make their home among mortals who cannot hope to compare, in hopes they can slay and gain glory.
I'm sorry, what?
Yes.
That's where we're going? I thought we were going on like a treasure adventure or something.
Perfect.
Well, Silver seems excited.
Yeah.
Yes, it's about killing. Killing for glory.
Oh. I see now. Glorium. Mm.
While we are off on these other gate towns, killing for glory and stuff, what do you get up to while we're gone? You just stay here in the castle, or?
I read in the library. I research. I take several readings on all of you. In fact, I believe something interesting will be happening. Here, look out the window.
Uh-oh.
And you see 7 castles with various what sort of look like you, but are essentially all your different glitches, all drinking, having just done a funeral.
Oh my goodness.
BW looks for other versions of himself.
Indeed.
Wait, are you saying that the guy we just buried is in one of those castles?
BW looks for an Adric, yeah.
You sort of focus, you can see an Adric, and then there's a moment where they all explode.
Jesus,
Whoa.
Simone
What
starts
you-
crying again.
put in this whiskey.
What is happening?
If placement is placed,
Starts taking notes. Like, I was wondering what that would be. You all caused so much trouble.
What about our dragon friend? How are they holding up?
That's not. That's not.
Well, and you see in a big whiskey barrel, there's Rene Supra. You look in, it's empty. I filled that.
Oh.
Oh, let's. I want to go back to the big vision of a castle. Look, if we can go by placement, was one of me female? That's what it looked like.
Don't see why not. Sure, but this is interesting. I didn't think
First
that
taking
one.
notes.
Your readings are very interesting.
What?
It looks like you might cause a big problem.
Oh.
What readings are you taking? What? So, do you obviously a scientist? You are taking data. What are you actually reading from us?
Oh. Go. So to explain, I would say, I guess I've called it your fate wear. There's a certain amount of pressure every being enacts upon the web of fates in the multiverse. Therefore, every being can, to some extent, change eventually what will happen. Most fairly static, similar to more, some and others, but all of yours, oof, a lot.
I don't think I've ever been so surrounded by people I don't understand before. She looks at Alistair and Patient Whisper and Kelliford.
I live in a castle all by myself. There are reasons.
Simone is relieved that Nayland didn't look at her.
Wolfgren is like, Nathan, I thought you and I were kind of hitting things off really well.
Well, sure. I certainly didn't mean it as an insult. I just, like, half the words you guys say are words that I've never heard in that order before.
I've been speaking common.
Right.
Simone in Elvish will just look at Nayland and be like, man, I don't even know. These people are freaking weird. But I'm proud to be one of them.
Nayland looks at you and I guess will respond also in Elvish, like, geez, somebody who speaks my language, and she'll hold up her, like, in like an air cheers to you.
She'll give you a little thumbs up with her ugly little crow hand. Don't worry, Kellifern. Nayland is... She's easy to figure out. I think we just need to give her a little bit of time.
But I gave her time. What does she have against me?
I just think she needs a little bit more time to understand us. Not that she has anything against you. Because we're just kind of a strange group, you know? It's okay. It's not personal.
It's weird being talked about when I am right here.
Oh, you get used to it.
Silver, you like me, right?
Why are there two of you?
Blue monkeys.
Because Silver has taken quite a few drinks since then.
Does anybody like me?
I
like
like
you.
you, Califer.
You're the only pixie I have ever met. It's
But there's two of
Fascinating.
you.
You're the only two pixies I've ever met.
There were
I-
two of her, and now there's one.
And I go to boop your nose, but I boop the duplicate of you that I'm seeing, and it kind of goes over your shoulder.
Bree, you've been real quiet all day. You didn't even say anything at the funeral. Now I'm feeling guilty for bringing that back up. But anyway, what the fuck is up with that?
I'm just trying to take it all in still.
Right.
I mean, Nayland, you were dead, and then you appeared. And Kellifern had Kelly, and then Kellifern appeared. And then we lost Adric, and we have Alistair, who must somehow be connected. I'm just watching to see if I could figure out how the pieces go together.
Are you saying you want us to try and kill you and see if another 3 comes out?
I'm not ready to jump into my hypothesis that strongly.
All right.
That's a fairly extreme experiment, Nayland. Usually you start with more mild ones before we go right to murder, for lack of a better term.
I'm no
Nayland.
scientist, so. Yeah.
You shared a name with your other. Kellifern seems so close to Kelly. I don't know where Alistair and Adric. They seem so different to each other. What
I don't-
connection is there between you
Well, Adric killed Simone, number 1. So I'm assuming that I'm also Simone's.
Yeah, I don't think the other one was named Kellifern.
She was not.
The other one, the last one, didn't actually have a name, Kellifern. And she was very literal.
So she read?
Yeah.
Not effectively.
Literal.
I mean, is there? Because this is exactly why I said it, but mentioned it would be. I wish I could have spoken with Adric. I don't. What is there? Do we have anything in common?
Yes.
What did we know about Adric? He was a soldier. He was a friend. But what do we know of his history?
He was
What I
clearly
know is that
depressed.
he was introspective of music. Sorry.
It was probably a nicer way of saying what I was saying. Introspective.
Do you like music, Alistair?
I like it fine. I am not particularly skilled in music. Did he play? Did he play?
I never heard him play.
Adric could hear drums. We could not hear those drums, but he was able to at times.
You mean he heard drums like in his head?
Mm-hmm.
That is generally where they are perceived.
Do you hear drums?
I wish they were drums. PW, you know, I shared it with you.
Your head was very busy.
Yeah, I guess if we're gonna work together, we need to all know. I hear voices.
Well, that's because we're all talking.
No. I honestly, it would be great if it was. Let me, and he will telepathic link with Kelifern, and Kelifern, you just start hearing,
Ah! What is going on?
and he breaks blank. It's right. That's just what I hear. It's constant. It's like white noise at this point, really.
You hear that all the time?
Yeah. It's partly why I talk so much.
Califern, what did it sound like?
It sounded really creepy.
Mind link with Silver, and you hear it.
Oh no! Oh no!
No, cut that. All right. Do you all just want to hear? And he'll just one at a time go to everybody.
I do not.
Yes, yeah.
It's too late. He does it. Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, drums would sound nice, I think.
So Adric and Alistar are both secretly crazy. Noted.
Now,
I do not
didn't
believe
wanna
it is a secret
be-
at this point.
intrusive, but do the voices have something to do with what happened to you while we were fighting those things?
I think so. It's hard. The voices are. I mean, I don't understand them. I don't know if you can tell they're not speaking common. They're not speaking any language I'm familiar with. It's not entirely true. At one point, they did speak what sounded like common, but and they gave me a brownie recipe. I think it was a brownie recipe.
We should make it.
I thought about it, but some of the ingredients didn't make sense. One of them was it wanted a pituitary gland from a beholder.
We have a bowl with a beholder.
I don't know what a beholder. What you do? I don't know what a beholder is. I know what a pituitary gland is, and I don't know why you would put it in a brownie. That doesn't actually make sense. So I've never tried. Yeah.
Well,
What's a pituitary gland?
It's something in your brain.
Alistair, why don't you go around the room again and give us the voices? I mean, maybe one of us speaks the language that the voices speak in.
Yeah, I think I speak it.
He can do that. It's nothing. It's no language that.
I think it says you should make the brownies.
Oh, I'm sure it wants me to make the brownies. I don't really want to.
Brain brownies.
This is an aggressive form of marketing.
I've still got some herbs from the old garden. We can make them fun brownies.
I feel like I've made cookies before.
I'm not allowed near the stove.
I'm gonna go make cookies.
I tend to burn things. I get really distracted.
I know how to make single ingredient pies. They do taste like mud, though.
Is this related to the dirt eating ritual that I had to do?
In a way.
I'll take that as a yes.
Let me go ahead and start cooking the cookies.
Catherine just leaves.
Anyways, I that sidetracked a bit. I don't. I guess we both heard things in our mind, but I imagine Atrix was more helpful. Maybe. I just tried to drown mine out. Is there anything else? I'm starting to think about what.
Have you ever tried to slow down and really try and focus on some of them or one of them?
Yes. Yes. Um, Something happened. And as he's saying this, he actually absentmindedly plays with a scar on his neck. Oh yeah, above table, Robin wasn't here for the introduction. He has the same scar that Adric does.
Okay, and we know that already.
I described it when he first showed up, and everybody
Got it.
presumably saw it. Yeah.
Nexus feature.
And he just sort of plays with it a bit, and is like, it's hazy. I did something I don't think I should have. And it let something in. And ever since then, under undue stress, things happen. I assume things happened in the last place we were. I have vague memories. Someone told me that I actually hurt Kelifern. Yeah.
What did you let through, Alistair?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. It's something that's... I have images, something... The astral plane, does that ring a bell to anybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been trying to research it down in the library. I don't know if it's from there. Is there anything beyond the astral plane? Do you know?
Depends what you mean by beyond. Astral plane isn't really an end point on some expanding space.
We did meet some who believed that beyond the astral plane was nothing but cake.
That's right.
Now I'm starting to think the brownies were... Oh, dear.
Those cake maker people.
Please.
They thought the world, the multiverse was made of cake. And they wanted us to eat cake. Real bad.
Well, cookies are done.
Zethar will kind of look as the cookies come out. I think what you'll talk might be between the planes. In void and blackness. Where things can consume all of that. Fall through cracks until they get hungry enough to try to pierce and devour.
Nayland bites a cookie as she says devour.
Between the planes, you said.
Yes. There are things that cannot exist except in the nothing.
That sounds scary.
That sounds familiar.
Yes. It is possible to find cracks here in the Outlands. I've heard of such things that try to make nothing out of our world.
Is that what you let in, Alistair?
I don't know. It sounds familiar. And at the moment, it seems to only be in my head. But I hope I'm not one of these cracks.
Maybe this will make you feel better. I'll give you a cookie that has a frosted yellow rose on it.
Thanks to Cookie. I don't claim to be a chef or a baker of any kind. These are the fastest baked cookies I've ever heard of.
Yeah. Pixie cookies.
Pixie cookies. Will this make me metamorphose?
No.
You stare at it. You hear a few whispers. Ah, shit.
I think I will save this for later.
You don't like it?
It's lovely, and I think almost too beautiful to.
I made it to make you feel better.
I'll eat a cookie.
Okay.
Or 4. Silver's hungry, okay?
It did, Kelifern. It did make me feel better. I think that just having it has made me feel better, so thank you. You'll very gently wrap it in like a napkin and set it down. Yes. We won't be going by any of those cracks on our way to Glorium.
I mean, I don't see why we can't go by them. I'm also interested in us kind of getting closer to these other castles.
I think they exploded, did they not?
Oh, if we get too close?
No, they already exploded. You watched them.
Oh,
you watched yourself burn and die and get. That you said cookies.
I thought it was just
happened.
the one character who died. Okay.
Oh.
Do we often have group hallucinations? Is that a thing that occurs with us?
They say that if
We
you're in a
do
group,
all hear voices.
Wait, you all hear? I thought you said you didn't hear voices.
I hear your voice.
No, I mean different voices. Sorry.
So depending on your level of inebriation, you also would have seen that PW was a little bit mad when he saw other versions of himself on the other castles that did not just look like him. The fact that they were different was like, what?
At this point, Alistair finally takes the shot glass of just beer and just sort of knocks it back.
Oh, that's how you know you did it right.
Is it? Is that supposed to happen?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I think there's something wrong with the.
If it doesn't burn, oh, sorry.
You go ahead.
If it doesn't burn, it's not strong enough.
And this was plenty strong.
You know what's funny about that, Alistair, is that Adric actually burned the first Simone alive. So now that you're burning is kind of like some intergalactic karma. Ha 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 ha. And she'll throw her head back and just laugh.
From the corner in a Supra, and the barrel just goes, ah! And the barrel crumbles to dust, as does Simone's chair. Sorry.
Hey, watch it!
I'm the only one who didn't know we had a dragon until just now.
I heard something that there was something in the barrel. I assumed it was a cat or a very large dog. I don't know.
Gets up.
You may have consumed too much alcohol.
I'm your friend, Rene. Salutes. And falls over.
Are you all feeling okay?
Pleasure.
I'm in acceptable condition.
Okay. I think the water is doing stuff to you, though.
He would
That's
rust.
how you know you're doing
Ha
it right.
ha 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 ha.
I maintain myself with the utmost care and discretion. I would never rust. Slightly self-conscious, looks at itself, double checks.
Well, you're not leaking anymore, so that's.
We shall never speak of that event.
Oh,
You
I'm
were
very
leaking?
sorry. Nope, he was not. He was not.
He was mistaken.
Yes, I was obviously mistaken.
You know,
Everybody pees their pants sometimes, PW. Okay?
PW.
oh no.
Squinting robot.gif.
Well, I think when we get back from this glory place, we're going to have to make ourselves a nice pool and enjoy a little poolside sun.
As an interim option, I did secure this larger dish. He will gesture to the beholder-laden casserole plan.
And that looks amazing, actually. I think I'll put this in the shop.
What's the terrain? I'm assuming we're in kind of an area that may or may not have access to either a window or like a balcony. Can we see, like, as we're passing by, what our landscape looks like?
Yeah.
Other than horrifying visages of our alternative selves exploding.
Yeah, they're gone. They've exploded. Yes, I'll make sure to tell you when we might see the next one. Interesting.
Might be us next time.
Sure. But what you are able to see around, it is somewhat mountainous. Looks like the castle's about to start crawling over some mountains. And there's a large, what looks like monastery type of structure. You see there's a lot of pushing and people are like competing with one another. Majority all seem to be somewhat blue skinned with like large pinkish ears and fluffy blue hair. Each one about 7 or 8 feet tall.
You know, the last time we stopped, we got into a crazy baseball game. That's when Kelly Prime died, Malin Prime died, and I almost died, and it was crazy.
And we lost the game of baseball.
We did. And then some guy we didn't even know got basically imprisoned and sent to be tortured for all of eternity. So, really, I wonder how he's doing now. Probably not very good.
That sounds like an intense game of baseball. Is this base? This is not baseball. What are they?
Spaceball, maybe.
It was
Space
played
balls,
with angels
even.
and demons.
Throw a Jenga block at Nayland.
Where'd those keep coming from?
So, I mean, should we stop and see what this is about? I admit I'm curious.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it would be less intense than the baseball game. I don't know.
Does the structure appear to have any like recognizable like heraldry or iconography on it?
As you would know, it seems to the pillars seem to be all giants, like carved giants, but larger than a giant normally would be. Each one's at least 50 feet tall, that hold up this large structure.
Guys, I actually can communicate with giants.
Great.
Is it by speaking very loudly?
It's a very, 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 very delicate language.
Let's go check it out.
All right.
I'm muted. I've been saying, let's go.
All right. What? You have to stay here and watch the store. I'll be back.
Mm-hmm. It's what?
Simone, perhaps you should swing by your room first before we leave.
Okay. I have a couple things I need to take care of before we go. And then yeah, she'll make haste to stop by her room and discover something. And also she'll go to Adric's grave and say bye to him as well before she leaves.
So Simone would discover a long object, roughly cylindrical, wrapped in brown paper, that when you unwrapped would be a like
Nimbus
ebon black.
3000? Oh.
Yes, exactly that.
Yes.
You're a wizard, Simone. There's a dark black staff with inlaid ancient dino metals in the shape of feathers that run along the quarterstaff. Essentially, it's a +1 quarterstaff.
Heck
At the
yeah,
very
thank
bottom.
you.
In very tiny script towards the little point of it, it says, another bestie.
Aww.
And then on the other side it says, don't lose me.
Yeah. Anybody have any idea what I'm supposed to do with these? I just take out the snake heads.
Clarification. What are these?
I don't know. They were in my satchel.
I don't know either.
For clarification, these were the snake heads that were found on the cat from the mannequin.
Got it. I believe those may be some form of ingredient.
I can cook them later.
They kind of look like puppets. Maybe they're for children.
Oh, I could do a puppet show for the little kitty cats.
You could. It may also require that you plant them, and they may grow a whole cat from the end of it, as that was originally where they were found.
Alistair's looking very confused because he has studied a lot of biology and none of that makes sense. But he's keeping his mouth shut.
We've long rested, right? We've been here for several
Yeah.
days. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. So you want to go down and check it out?
Yeah, sure. Not going to highlight the hypocrisy that a pituitary gland sounds like sorcery to us, but that's...
All right. Coming out of your area here, you see that sees the hallways of this enormous almost monastery. There is a woman who comes out to you again in this. You recognize this is a fear bogue, and a lot of fear bogues are here. As She kind of gives a quick bow, goes, "Welcome, travelers. I see you come with your house. That's awesome. Welcome to Fireside Monastery."
Nice.
I see you also brought your house.
Oh, it's been here quite some time. What brings you to our humble abode, castle travelers?
Curiosity. We're travelers.
Interesting. Seeking of knowledge is always good. Of course, you are welcome to wander our halls and see if enlightenment may find you. My name is Diasma.
My name is Califern.
Diasma?
Diasma.
Are your hallways dangerous?
Not usually, but I wanted to be on the floor if I was you.
Okay, well, I fly, so that's okay.
Yes, everyone else could be on the floor. You're just very tiny.
Oh, I see.
Is, yes, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Alistair. Do you have? You said there's a monastery. Is
This
what is? What are your? Trying to be as. What are your? What is it that you study here? What is it? What are your mantras, if I may ask?
Yes. We seek it to be amazing wrestlers.
Fascinating.
Wow. There's a lot of sports people on these trips.
Amazing
Peter was going to look at Silver. Yeah.
Silver's eyes are just as big as dinner plates, and she's just like, wrestlers.
Yeah, so we think. Have you heard of Amnan?
No, tell me more.
Is the giant god, the creator of all the universe and all giants, made giants to rule and be over everything. And the giants, in their time, have, you could say, set down their mantle, refused to lead, refused to rule. Thus it is said that in these very lands, upon a crystal tower that none can see, there is Amnon himself, looking down onto every verse in all of the Mote, and in all of the Outlands, seeking those who would rule, giants who would take up the mantle. Some say there is a secret way to get to his crystal, hidden in the mountains. And so we dedicate ourselves to, yes, becoming greater than the giants themselves. That's maybe if we could, those of us with giant blood ourselves, hone our wrestling and our physical forms to such an extent that Amnon might notice us.
Do you believe Amon is disappointed at all with his descendants' lack of work ethic?
Absolutely. That's why he doesn't answer their prayers. No work ethic. No, just lays about. Screw you, I won't answer you. That's his Amnon in a nutshell.
Can we sign up to wrestle with the giants?
Oh, no giants are here. Just, you can wrestle with us.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Well, we have challenges, really. But of course, you may come. Come.
Sounds fun.
Do
I
you?
would love to. Sorry.
Alistair will let them. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Alistair.
Oh, Alistair was just going to say, you don't mind if I record what I see and experience here, do you?
Of course, let's spread to all the realms. It would be fantastic.
I said.
There's actual disappointment. That's not too far from here. She could not keep her home away from a dragon. Can you believe that? A giant evicted by a dragon. And thus
The poor
she
worker.
is gone into
Makes sense.
a depression, and but now she's stolen it. But she's bully, all the wrong reasons. To rule, not to bully. To lift up, not to squash. Unless they object, then you squash them. But come.
Where's the sign-up sheet?
Yes. We have 3 tests. Passing the 3 tests, one is considered a giant wrestler.
Oh, that would be amazing.
We
Are
have
these
the
tests?
Go ahead.
Are these tests by chance, as he glances at Simone and Califern, organized by weight class?
No, that's the whole point. Does not matter your size. The giant is of the heart.
Simone will stick her
Indeed.
tongue out at PW.
Yes, we have the test of spirit, the test of grace, the test of resolve. Under the forebears of the power of fire, cloud, and stone.
Oh, just like the giants.
Oh, you're quick.
Peter's gonna look at Silver. We get to fight 4 bears.
Sounds so exciting.
Well, I'm ready. So I can start punching at the air.
Which one do you wish? Spirit, grace, or resolve?
I think I would be best suited for. Oh, not resolve. Let's see, grace or spirit. I'm thinking grace. I'd be really good at grace.
To the lava field!
Are we
This is
only
like
allowed
a-
to challenge one?
Oh, you may challenge as many as you wish. All of you may challenge at once.
PW, we have to do all 3.
I agree. Also, I bet 10 gold I will finish all 3.
I bet 10 gold. I will finish all 3.
You're on.
I bet 10 gold someone dies here today.
I will also take that action.
Balin, which one are you doing?
Well, I was actually quite thinking I might like to compete with you.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Give us a chance to get to know each other.
Yeah.
She calls over. She goes, let's see. Yes. Come on. She calls over another fair-book woman, black hair, in what looks like leather armor that comes around her. She with like a pleated skirt as she's going, yes. Then we have challengers. You wish to go to trials, right, Xena? Yes, I will.
What?
Yes, I will come.
Oh, warrior princess!
Wait, what? We're fighting Xena?
She appears formidable.
Alistair,
I will beat them and not let our monastery go to shame. Good, yes, let us move on.
Oh no!
Yes,
Hey, I'm good at carrying things. I can have a walking stick and follow you around and.
All right. So, ultimately, all of you everyone must compete at the same time. To win, you must complete the objective before the others. And, purposely dealing any type of damage, hurting one another, is immediately disqualification.
Okay.
So it should look like an accident.
Interesting you bring it up. Tripping, distracting, you are of poor honor and poor play. That's his, shall we say, stupid. And, however, using magic, your supernatural abilities that you may have, it's not only allowed but expected. That is the heart of the giant.
Alistair leans over, I guess, to 3 at this point and goes, did I hear that? We're all competing. Is that
You
what
were- all but you, maybe, but I'm getting in this. There's 10 gold on the line.
What?
There sure is. Someone will laugh to herself.
All right. She takes you out to a smooth tract of hardened lava that still smolders with intense heat. You think ending your turn while touching it might burn. Now, as she claps her hands and starts going over and picking up large boulders, you each must take one of these. Ah!
All right, this was unexpected.
I have to sink a boulder?
No, you must lift it, and you must carry it across the field. If it touches the ground, you are disqualified. First combatant to reach the other end without dropping their boulder wins. Each of these does weigh 200 pounds.
Uh-oh.
Amazing.
What's the math for the weight limit of like carrying capacity?
To be 30 times your strength.
Nice.
We're using push, drag, or lift, right?
Yeah.
Or are we? Yeah. Okay.
But that's not fair. I'm a pixie. I can't lift more than 120.
Then you don't have grace. Work out. Develop grace. Take the
No,
chance.
I'm going to do this.
So, can So we're using push
so
drag.
California, to be sure, is it 120? Because you could, if it just says 120, you can carry twice but be encumbered.
My push, drag, or lift is 120.
Okay, so then you can do 240. You just move at half speed.
Okay.
Sorry, so I've never dealt with these rules before. It's 30
If you
times.
click your strength, I think, or hover over it, I believe it
Oh.
tells you your
Oh, okay.
strength capacity.
It actually shows it if you go into your inventory and you click
Okay.
on weight carried, and it has
Okay.
like your carrying capacity and
Okay.
your push, drag, or lift.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes.
So it's push, drag, or lift.
I'm
Oh, wow.
just saying, you guys, I can carry 2 of these boulders and
Yeah.
still be okay.
So I can evidently push, drag, or lift one. So I guess that's what Alistair will try to do.
So just to because I just want to know what would happen. So if I were to cast enhance ability, I could double my carrying capacity, but that would not affect this. Or
No.
could we roll?
What you'd get is This is so interesting. Yeah, it wouldn't necessarily affect this, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
that.
Okay. All right.
Because as long as you're not exceeding your capacity, you're okay. As far as your speed.
It is becoming clearer while the giants have avoided continued work.
We got this, guys.
Yeah.
So, and are we competing against each other or against another group?
Beating all of you against each other and Xena.
Oh, gotcha.
What a
Gotcha.
fun sentence.
What happens if we
Perfect.
lose? Just no glory.
Was right, as long as you don't burn up in the fire.
And you can't
Noted.
sabotage the other person, correct?
I mean, if you're an honorless piece of trash.
Is there
Which is
stuff
not.
like to walk across? Or
What?
because there's the lava, and are we traversing something?
You're walking across the lava field.
Okay,
Yeah.
the thing that's burning hot, and we don't want to touch.
How deep is the lava?
It's rocky. It's
Got it.
rock.
That's what I wanted to know.
It is very hot, but it is not liquid lava.
It's like walking across hot coals.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was envisioning a Mario level where like the platforms come up and then go back down again. Oh, this is gonna be exciting. PW mounts a rock, and pops it up on his shoulders, and then his legs shrink and get much shorter.
All right. Xena takes hers.
3 will grab his.
I grab my rock.
Oh wait, sorry, Robin. Were you gonna say something?
No, I'm just holding it. Pick up my rock.
All right.
And I apologize if this was said. I missed it. What's the distance we're traveling?
150 feet.
150 feet. Okay.
He starts going up. Okay.
Simone's gonna use a wild shape to turn into an ape who has 16 strength. Thank you. And she will pick up a rock.
That's a little offensive, don't you think? Good.
She appears like you, but larger and more capable.
Califern will crawl under her rock and look at Xena for inspiration. See, I can be like her. I can do this. I can be like her.
You can do this. You can do this, she says to you.
Oh, she's so sweet.
And she
And
winks.
I start to try to lift it up, and I just get it up over my head.
Okay. As Diasma says, ready, set, let's go! And all right, so everyone say what they're doing for their movement. Xena will go 60 feet by action dashing.
Uh,
I'm gonna cunning action dash and then action dash for a total of 120.
Ho ho!
I will cast Enlarge Reduce on Califern.
Wow.
I'll let you choose, Kel. Do you want to get bigger or do you want the rock to get smaller?
I think either one would benefit me greatly.
I think it would
But
hurt your
I
pride
think-
too much to,
yeah,
to shrink
so-
the rock.
Yeah. So I'll try to, like, if you want to make me bigger, I'll get bigger.
Absolutely. So I'll enlarge Califern and then move 30 feet.
Man.
I will action dash for 80 feet.
Oh, nice.
so
I will action dash 60. Can I? Right? Because the
Yep.
ape has 30. Okay, cool.
Alistair will lift his rock very awkwardly. He can get it up. He's not graceful at all. And he will start by action dashing 60 feet.
Nice.
So what's my movement like now?
What is double your carrying capacity?
Okay.
Is that what it does? It's usually
I think you're right. I think it either doubles.
Its size doubles, its weight's multiplied by 8. Advantage on strength checks. It doesn't say anything about carrying capacity.
Oh.
But well, you'd be a medium creature now instead of a small, so I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know
good.
where you are.
Technically, I'm tiny, so I'd be small.
Okay, so it brings you up a size which should double your carrying.
Okay, so
Has
now
to
I
go
can
up.
carry the rock. All right, so with that, what I'll do is I will bonus dash action dash for 105 feet.
Okay. Oh, in front of PW. Ah!
Well, I'm in front because I'm at 120.
Oh, 20. Okay. Oh, you're
Yeah,
next.
he's still faster than me.
Very good. All of you on the ground, touching the lava, take 21 fire damage.
Please.
Oh,
Okay.
May I rest in
Oh.
peace.
I passed the con save. I still got you.
oh wait, is the con save to pass?
No, because he's got a
It's
concentration.
concentration.
spell.
I got a
Oh,
concentration
right,
spell on.
right. Oh, I'm
Might
gonna get
shrink.
smushed.
How much was it? You said 20 what?
21 fire.
I didn't do my action or like what I was doing to move forward yet.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I Starlight Step bonus action, and then I am going to move, but I was also going to take the dodge action, which doesn't help me here, but I want to say it just in case I don't know what's coming next. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, as we come to the second round, you see Diazma laughs and claps, and the volcano above erupts.
Oh no.
The ground shakes, and I need a dex saving throw from everyone.
Amazing.
Excellent. That's 14.
Nat 20.
Woohoo!
Xena got a nat 22. She goes, ay, 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 ay.
23.
Oh, yeah.
18.
Dirty 20.
Oh no, 12.
12. Okay, lava rolls back, knocking you down. You get the prone condition, and you fly out of the air, rock on top of you, and you take the 21 fire.
Ouch.
I am no longer a gorilla ape guy anymore. Just so you're clear.
Concentration?
Does that make me drop the?
Was that because
Well,
of
because I
concentration?
took. No, it's because the 19 HP that apparently an ape has.
Oh.
They should have huge HP.
It says 19 on the sheet.
I think the ape she can turn into as Simone with her druid stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're fine. I think. Well, what's your carrying capacity?
I'd be okay. My strength are 360, I think. Total.
Okay, so there you go. So you're okay. You've got it. You're just not as beefy. But all right. So now everyone can do their second action across.
So was my 14 enough? Or
Yes.
did I? Okay.
14 was the DC.
Okay. Lucky.
Cunning action and action dash again for a total of another 120 feet.
Okay, so you make it out of the lava as a few things erupt around you. As PW is the winner of Grace.
See my
But
legs
all of you
going
can
easy.
still pass the test by getting across.
Again, Alistair completely ungracefully dodges the volcano completely by accident because he can barely hold this thing and he's swinging back and forth. And he'll action dash another 60.
How far am I from the finish line?
So you action dash straight. So you would be 90, I believe.
90. So it would be 13 to stand up. Or 12.5 to stand up. So it would be 12 to move forward. Okay, so that would be in addition. I need, 78? And if I bonus dash, that's 78 minus 35, which is 43 left. And then it would be action dash for another 35, which would be 8 left. Is that right? If I did my action surge, could I tie?
Well, action surge would give you another 25 feet.
It would give me. Well, I want to make sure because I never know if I'm doing this right, but I think it allows me to. Why doesn't it say?
The pixie and the top
What
approach the
actions
finish line. at
can you
approximately how many
take
miles
with
per hour?
action surge?
Just give you another action, so you'd be able to take another 25.
35.
Was your 35 your speed?
I have 35. Yeah.
Okay. Because you said 12.5, so it took
Well,
more.
oh, you're right. I did say that.
That's why I was confused. Because that's
So technically, I should be able to get there at the same time as patient if it's on the same turn.
yes. So actually, you and patient would share it, unless and everyone else can get there this turn. And have multiple winners.
No.
I have another 80 to go, and then I think there's still more, right? Do I have to go after that?
What was the total distance, Matt?
It was 160, wasn't it?
150.
150.
Okay.
150. Okay.
So you can look at your own math to see too.
So yeah, then I finished because 80 plus 80 is 100.
Cool. So you finished because you did 280s. Okay. So Patient finishes, and Silva finishes, and Kelifern finishes.
Malin
3
will-
action dash, getting up to 90 feet.
Okay, so that takes you to 120, I think. Right?
No, I moved 60. So
Oh,
I'm at
90 total is what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Nayland Starlight steps again and then action dashes the rest of the way, which total that movement would have been 100 flat. So I should
Okay.
get there.
Oh, so an additional 100 in addition to what you already did.
Yeah. And I had gone 65 the first time.
Okay, perfect. All right. With this, the rest of you, as this volcano exploded, you see there's multiple safe spots that have fallen in as big rocks have entered the field. So you've been able to jump from each one to each one. But it will end as you all. It sounds like you all finish as she collapses. Which goes for all of you. For the winners, since there's so many ties, really it's to the whole party. She views you as one group. She brings out a blue potion of flying.
What do I need that for?
Alistair is lying on his back, heaving, just breathing.
PW still holding the rock on his back, like waiting for like what's next.
Very good. Now, so we go spirit or resolve?
Spirit!
All right.
Agreed.
Spirit it is.
All right. And she goes, come to the cliff.
We will acquire our boulders.
No, you can leave those. Unless you're trying to flex.
Princess Xena, did you see me? I finished.
You flew when others of us treaded the harsh fire.
I didn't fly. I walked.
saw.
I ran.
Did you actually run? I thought
Yeah,
you were
she
flying.
ran the whole way.
Oh, okay. She did take 21 fire. Okay. At the one point. Okay, yeah, so it goes. Then. Magic, but your heart's there.
She says I have a heart.
Yeah, I think you have to have one, or else it wouldn't pump blood through the body, and you wouldn't be able to get oxygen and nutrients. So, yeah, you likely have a heart.
And we'll take a break.
Not always required.
Sorry, PW.
Alrighty. Go back. Alright, so you are led. And Yasma gleefully leads you to the base of a 100-foot tall cliff. And you see a series of hempen ropes dangle from the cliff top. Alright. Each one of you climbs one of these ropes. First to the top wins. If you stop touching a rope, you are disqualified.
Yeah. Great.
Great.
Great. All right. It's all a learning experience, Alistair. It's all a learning experience.
Okay. So, she goes, all right, everyone get to your rope. And Xena gets hers, gets ready. And
Ready.
Looks at Silver intently. Like,
Peter gets both hands on the rope. One of them is extended upwards like Inspector Gadget style and it's reaching higher than he can
I'm
normally.
back. I'm back. I like
Okay.
ran all the way through
all
my
right,
house.
we're at ropes. Xena's eyeing Silver down.
Let's do this.
Okay, so as it goes off, it starts climbing. What's the climb speeds?
Don't
How do I
think
know?
It's half your
Oh.
movement unless you have one.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a 15 that Alistair has.
I will action dash 440.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, does dash affect climbing?
yeah, you can dash up to
Oh.
double.
So I can
If
I
you
can get
dash it,
30.
you go your movement. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Gotcha. So bonus action dash, so total of 60 climbing feet.
I've been staring at Alistair, and he doesn't have any body horror spells that will actually help with any of this. So he's
Right.
just stuck trying to do it normally.
Malin will. They said that you have to hold the rope the entire time.
Yes.
Okay, so teleporting would be no.
They said you can't let go of the rope.
So I
Competitor
imagine.
who stops touching one of the ropes at any point is disqualified.
Okay, all right. I'm not going to teleport then, but I will dash, and I have a climbing speed equal to my walking speed because of ranger shit. So
Oh, nice.
70 feet.
Ooh, you're smoking everyone.
10 feet ahead.
We can cast spells, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, so let's see here. 150-foot cube. Would that be covering this rope area?
Yeah.
Okay. Simone is going to yell, "Oh my god, what's that sound?" And she is going to cast hallucinatory terrain and make it appear as if a giant waterfall is coming over this entire area. Yeah. And then these bozos can attempt an investigation check to disbelieve it. And that's it, I think.
Okay.
While
So-
she continues to climb up.
So what are all your reactions as the waterfall comes down?
So do we do the investigation check, or do we? I guess.
You do the check like on your turn.
Oh,
But like
okay.
right now, I guess my guess is everyone just holds on tight, and
Yeah.
then you don't feel like there's
Yeah.
something that's going. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
PW is unconcerned. He doesn't need to breathe.
Alistair sees the rushing water, looks down. He's 30 feet up. He doesn't want to fall, so he just grabs the rope as tight as possible.
I think Naylin like very quickly wraps herself in the rope, like those people who do like those like silk thingy things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she like
Yes.
secures herself.
Okay. As this is happening, you see,
The water coming down, does it look like it's like a splash or like it's going to be a continuous
so
thing?
big waterfall.
So like a big continuous thing.
Yes.
Silver's going to be like, oh, great. And she's going to flip up her cloak hood that she has been wearing, but it's kind of like this short thing. And you notice that it has a really weird long tail that kind of just like shimmers.
I'm back.
And she braces.
Welcome.
You've missed a waterfall.
Yes. Climbing ropes and waterfalls.
Y'all started?
Apologies, we did. I don't know if we realized you were not returned yet.
Yeah, because it was 20. It was 9:23. It was 15 minutes.
That was not 15 minutes.
It did feel quick.
It was supposed to be 33.
I did it again, but opposite.
Okay.
Sorry.
It was 4 minutes, essentially. So, yeah. I was gonna say we approached a climbing rope challenge, so you probably still need to do your first round of movement. And
Okay.
Will dash and go 30 feet.
That explains why it felt so quick. I put the wrong number there. I came back. I was like, "What? I cannot believe it was only this time." Okay. Sorry about that.
The rules also stated that you couldn't stop touching the rope, or you would be disqualified.
But it doesn't say anything about touching the wall, I believe.
Correct.
Just the rope.
Yeah. So this first round. So what did Kelfrin do? Climb the rope.
I don't know what we're doing. You
Climbing
said
a
we're
rope.
climbing a
up
rope?
Yep, up 100-foot tall cliff.
You can't let go of the rope.
We've been doing things based on climbing speed.
How many ropes are there?
Many.
And once you touch one, you can't let go of it. It's not like you jump from rope to rope or anything.
Well, that's fine. Okay, I'll just take hold of a rope and start flying up.
Yep, sounds good.
I just start dashing up.
Action dash. That's
Ooh.
70.
Motion, bonus dash, and action dash. So
There
that's,
is
This is the one
also
person who's
a
gonna be-
giant waterfall that came out across the top.
Yeah, what do you do in the waterfall comes up?
Hallucinatory.
I don't care about a waterfall. Let it hit me.
Okay.
I'm doing 35 feet.
Okay. Very good. All
So you're gonna
right.
get in turn one.
Yeah, turn one, she's up. Tink.
Oh, I'm already up?
It's only 100 feet
It's only
tall.
100 feet. Yeah. You grabbed her up and shot up. Yeah.
And goes, good for you. The rest of you, bring on the boiling oil.
What the heck?
And they take the boiling
What
oil,
now?
start pouring them down the rope.
The what now? I'm pretty
Okay.
certain.
As you start, if you hold on to the rope at the start of your turn, you would take 5 fire damage.
Grit and bear it.
As the oil burns your hands. And since it is now oily, I need everyone to give me, who is still touching rope, athletics checks. So you don't fall on the oily rope.
Okay, here we go. That's a 7.
Now, Matt,
23.
I previously described myself as wrapped up in the rope like an aerialist, as Daniel so conveniently provided me the word of. Could you let me do an acrobatics check instead of an athletics check?
Nope. Why don't you take an advantage from chat?
No, that's okay. I'll do it normal. That's a 2.
It's a dirty 20 from PW.
Okay. So, all right. So Simone got what?
16.
Okay, you're fine. And then
3 got 23.
okay, Silver.
I got 23.
You're good. And what did Patient get?
Dirty 20.
Okay. So and Alistair got
Oh, I also got 7. Sorry,
7.
7. Yeah.
It's okay. This
Two
feels like a
failed.
DC 5 check.
Okay. So no, it's DC 15.
Yeah.
So, so you go up. But because you failed by more than 5, both of you fall to the ground.
Oh no!
So that was, I believe. See, you'd got in how far up, Nayland?
70.
70.
Ouch.
So Kelifrin's
10
like,
gold is within
So
reach.
you fall down to being disqualified because you let go of the rope for 25 bludgeoning
Oi.
damage. And then
Wow.
Alice got up, what, 6?
No, 30. 30. He's got no climb speed.
Or 10.
My bones are shattered on the ground. And I'm like,
This feels.
see,
This feels like the hazing at my fraternity.
I
You
think
must get in touch with your spiritual selves to do this.
yeah, I think Kelifrin's like, why aren't they just drinking the potions?
Well, there was only one that was given.
Oh,
There's only one potion of flying given to the party.
gotcha.
If we take a sip, is it a potion of hover?
All right, but then the rest of you, since you made it, you're able to climb up. I think that gets the rest of you up top. And Xena will get there as well.
Hi, Xena.
Oh. Hmm. Strong back, weak arms, but so good.
Strong
Good.
back, weak arms. That's what they call me.
She also makes an exemplary cookie.
And for Jasmine gives produces 1 potion of fire giant strength for the party.
Nice.
Nice.
That's very good. Some of you passed. Those of you who can still get 2 can always retry 1 if you want. Another day. I am impressed. Are you ready to test your resolve?
Yeah.
How long till the next
I
challenge?
feel like I've been doing that.
I mean, if you want, do you want to break?
Well, I just thought maybe we could chat for a minute on a rock.
Certainly.
Just take
A rock?
a few minutes. Yeah, just take a few little bit of time here, and we'll just take a breather.
Nalen's laying on the floor.
I
More
was gonna say, are
comfortable
you in a
down here.
nail-shaped hole? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Goes. Zin goes, I don't need one, but if the weaklings do, that is fine.
Well, yeah, I was just looking out for everybody else. Obviously, I'm strong back, so
I do not remember Amon requiring all the work to be performed in one day.
We don't have to wait because of me. I'm ready to go.
I mean, Keliford is bleeding at this point.
Oh yeah, Alistair is bloodied. Alistair is bloodied. It's just...
But yeah, I mean, Princess, if you want us to continue forward, we will charge valiantly into the next challenge.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay.
Leyland, does your bone normally protrude from your shoulder like that?
Shut the fuck up. Does your mouth Go away.
Peter was just leaning out of the way. Shall we test our resolve now?
I guess so.
All right. This is good. This one. You wanted to be first. This one you will be last. Let's go. To the waterfall.
Waterfall. Yay.
Okay.
I feel like
she
we just
yells,
did the waterfall.
Begin to dam the waterfall.
Oh,
Damn the waterfall. Oh, I wonder if they have a hydroponic system here. If they've it'd be fascinating to see what they use it for. It's bleeding out of his mouth.
I have a feeling I know what they're going to test with this damned waterfall.
Says, you're very mighty. You could definitely take on some giants, show them what the might is. Many things like this to do. So they seem very, very impressed with you. And so you do see this mighty waterfall that has now been dammed so that it is barely a trickle coming over the top rocks. Underneath, you see large wooden posts at the bottom of the waterfall. And she goes, bring the mud! And she goes, this is very simple. We will coat you with our magical mud paste that we make from the spit of giants. And then within a minute, you must get to a pole because the paste will harden and to protect you, hard as stone.
Oh.
However, one single movement will cause it to break and crack and shatter, ruining its protection. So you take your place, allow it to harden with you at the pole, and then we remove the dam and let the water flow.
Okay.
And then all you need to do is be the last one to leave your pole.
Are we to stand atop the pole or to cradle it instead?
Hold on to it, however you wish.
Get a sense for how tall the poles are. Does it seem as if the water line goes to above the level of the poles, or is it these?
Oh, it's like, well, because you're underneath a waterfall, so it is like the poles right now are not. So when the water comes, it's just about the waterfall pouring over you in the pole. So it's about the water crashing down on you.
Got it. So it's at the base of the waterfall. So the water's going to hit you from above.
Yeah.
Got it.
Matt, would calm emotions work here?
Yeah.
Okay. How close are the poles to each other?
They're about 10 feet apart.
10 feet apart. So it's a 20-foot radius. So I'm not going to be able to get everybody, but I can get 2 people to either side of me.
Okay. However you guys want to set that up. You'll get to choose, but you all are slacked with this paste. You have a few seconds as they go, 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 go.
PW will cartwheel and jump to the top of the pole.
Alistair will get to the pole and sort of just hug the pole and close his eyes. And as he does it, all of a sudden the voices in his head calm. And he sends out, it's almost like a psychic wave. And the 2 people on either side of him all of a sudden are very relaxed.
Yeah. So who are you going to choose? Because you say you pick.
Let's say that we get Simone, Silver, Nayland.
Was it 2 people on either side, or
2 people on either side? And myself. So I'm picking 4.
Okay. Right.
I think, or as I think it's a 20-foot radius. So you tell me how many people. If I center it on myself, how many would that be?
Oh, well, in that case, I'm going to use my underfoot combatant feat. And I enter your space, Alistair.
All right, that's fine.
So I'm just between you, your stomach, and the pole.
Kind of looks down. It's like, all right. I don't know if I'm going to be a very good shield, Califern, but But in that case, it'll be me, Kel. So how many people would that be, Matt?
I guess with that, you could probably get everybody.
Okay. Everyone gets calm emotions.
What does that do?
It's up to Matt what it does. I mean, this is an unusual use of it, so it's up to Matt.
Magical Xanax.
Yeah. I'll let you know what it does. So,
Okay.
all right.
So before PW hardens, he puts both of his arms above his head into like an A shape, and tries to make himself as dynamic as possible.
Maven was going to do the same thing on top of the pole, like this. So she's
We're both-
standing on
We're
top
both
of
sun
it.
praising.
She's like, it's like reverse diving. And he just
Silver kind of tucks her head in as she's holding the pole. So she's gonna take the brunt of it on her shoulders because she's pretty strong. She feels like she can take it. And as the calm goes over her head, she's like, where was this serenity when we were waiting in a line for eons?
I still don't know what this line is you keep talking about.
Good.
I have a question. Would the top of the pole technically count as the ground that I'm standing on?
Yeah, maybe, depending. What are you doing?
I'm thinking about casting Entangle
On yourself.
and willingly let it grab me with its entangling plants.
Yeah, okay.
Yourself in.
All right, let's go. Wait, so can I let it restrain me without fighting it?
Yeah, you'd have to do it sort of quickly because it would be hard to do somatic components inside the mud.
All right. Yeah. All right. Wha-bam!
3 will summon the bear spirit totem to give everyone 8 temporary hit points and
Oh, thank you.
advantage
That.
on strength checks and saving throws.
Okay.
I feel relaxed and strong.
Yep.
In that case, it goes, release the water! As it comes up, and the sound around you is deafening. Now, she said the slightest movement, so you cannot twitch, you cannot sneeze, you cannot wiggle, or you lose all your protection as it comes down around you. And I need everyone, because Common Motions is up, I'll take wisdom saving throws with advantage.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a nat 20 for 24 on mine.
19.
Nice.
Only a 10.
Yeah, only a 10 for me too.
Goodbye, friend of Hagrid.
What did Califran get?
16.
Oh, nice. What is Simone?
19.
Okay. So Silver and 3, you flinch because of just the deafening sound. Too much noise disorients you. You feel the stone barrier immediately crack around you as now the water wants to carry you away. So you can give me strength saving throws.
Oh, we get advantage on those.
At advantage.
Yes.
wowie.
Advantage.
A dirty 20.
9.
Oh no.
Okay.
Don't leave.
Silver, you hold on, but 3 is carried away prone down the river. Goes 1 down. We go-
Does he take his spirit with him?
It disappears once I get 60 feet away from it.
Oh, yeah, so spirit goes away.
Oh, crud. Do we still have the temp hit points? Or does it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't say anything about them
Okay.
going away.
Okay.
All right.
Just the
So
advantage.
Xena holds on. Xena's going to hold on again. And I need all of you to give me another wisdom saving throw with advantage.
I feel weird, but I'm also okay with it.
So
23.
19.
It's a 15.
What does Simone get?
I just did 2 rolls, but I'm kind of confused. Okay.
11 and a 10.
Okay. So you freak out and yours breaks. So because DC here is 14. And then I think then that's Simone and Silver who I need strength saves from.
Do my vines help me out here?
They'll give you advantage.
All right. Strength save with advantage. Let's go.
18.
17.
You both
One of
fail.
those was an at
What?
one.
Shoot.
DC's 20. As your puts. Those 2 fly out.
Oh my goodness.
So we've got Califer, Nayland, Alistair, and Patient holding strong.
This is
Along
the
with Xena.
funniest combo of people.
All right. Another wisdom saves with
Lord.
advantage.
Oh, natural 20.
Also a natural 20.
Yeah, okay, that's a 10.
No, you can't leave. You have to stay.
I'm sorry, that's a 10.
I had a 22.
Okay. So Alistair's mud breaks as he wiggles, and I need a strength save from Alistair.
No longer an advantage, right?
Correct.
All right.
On.
Strength saving throws. I am great at strength saving throws. That is my modifier. Oh, I have the cloak of protection. That helps a bit, but that's an 11, which I'm guessing is not enough.
This goes by. I always say that does break concentration. This calm emotions goes away.
Instead of the calmness, all of a sudden you start hearing, I'm drowning. You just hear Alistair in your heads.
Oh no.
All right. Oh, so that
I
leaves
have a
Dina,
concern.
Nayland, Califer, and Patient with just flat wisdom saves.
Is Xena still here?
Xena is.
22.
I got a nat 20.
Nice. Patient.
I have a 10.
Okay. Your mud breaks. I need a strength save.
Oh, noodle arms. Don't fail me now. Oh, it is an 18.
Oh, you and Xena go flying.
Oh.
Good
Nope.
job, better one. Which leaves Califer and Nayland.
Oof.
Wisdom save. It is.
Oof.
Oh man. Why? Why?
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh my god. Another nat 20.
Oh,
This is so dumb.
your rock breaks. Nayland, give me a strength save.
I can't believe Kelly also beat me on the climbing one.
I
That was mine in the bag. That's a spicy 8.
So Nayland, as they clap, as they go, Califer is the winner.
Glub, glub, glub.
You all did very good.
Alistair's just coughing. So, I lost track. Who won 10 gold? I lost track.
Silver kind of like rises out of the water, her hood's down, so she can breathe underwater and stuff with it. But she looks kind of just like really like a swamp creature that has just slowly risen out of the water. And she's like, I think this means that Califer has won the 10 gold.
I think I'm stuck to the pole.
Oh, just wiggle a little bit.
Okay.
So as soon as you try to move, you're just
Ah!
up the way with the water. as she does take out what looks like a little necklace with a feather wrapped around a tree branch. She goes, for you. Since you're strong like a tree, and this is Qual's feather token tree.
Qual's feather token tree. Is that in here?
Yep.
How do you spell it?
Quaal.
Oh.
There's many feather tokens, but you get the tree one.
Instant tree.
Oh, it's like a house. Princess Sita.
Hmm?
I was honored to face you in this glorious series of combats.
I was honored to face you. I am inspired by all of you. I would come with you and guard your castle.
Yes. We'll get you a room and everything.
It sounds good to me. I don't know how we make these decisions. Do we vote or do we?
When Gina says she wants to live in your castle, you say yes.
Okay then. Yes. He looks at the others.
Silver will be your boss, as it were. Also, I had assumed there would be more wrestling-related challenges.
So look, this is wrestling.
Oh.
Your resolve, your mental, your ability to be graceful and move quickly. And then in the midst of trying to hold something that's wet, oily, and sweaty. All wrestling.
She's not wrong.
Believe you have
Not wrong.
successfully wrestled that metaphor.
Well, Nayland, I think we both learned a very valuable lesson today.
Yeah. And she smiles and she's missing like 3 teeth.
I got some teeth for you, actually.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think they're cat teeth, but you probably still use them. Yeah.
Thank God.
They're teeth from a cat.
I think I'll be all right. I just need some rest, and these things kind of magically grow back in the morning. I don't really know why.
We do also have the teeth from the teleporting Tyrannosaurus. They may be larger and better able to fit your mouth. They would not. They're huge.
Then. All right. Anything else you want to do?
What else is there to see at this wonderful little place?
Well, there's what's everyone wrestling? We seek. It's mostly what we do. We train to one day be able to wrestle down the giants, to inspire them, to show them that even we little, or if we take down disgraced one, like Bremskada, we can arise and maybe get Amnon's notice.
You've mentioned this disgraced giant before. Is this?
Yes. She grabbed one of our great forgers, Thalden. And I believe she wishes to craft something deadly to show Amon that she's mighty or something, but it will not work, and it only cause Horrible Terra. She even attacked Akenverd, a red dragon, and threw him from his lair.
I don't know about you guys. This sounds like maybe we go after her.
Yeah.
Is there compensation for the return of the Forger and the defeat of this renegade giant?
I think I could offer you some of his wares.
I mean, they have been.
Don't worry, Alistair.
Alistair, to say they've been very welcoming to us here. I feel that if this group seems very capable of these things, if we can, perhaps Silver said we should help.
Yep. I think we should.
I agree.
This feeling like a tomorrow task, though.
Yeah. I
Yes.
It can wait.
Yes.
It will take you time to find it anyway. It's how you navigate the Outlands. You say you have it in your heart that you should find it, and some century you will.
So it's like metaphysical law of relativity is what you're saying.
Yes.
If you think you're close, you're close. Ooh, that's fascinating.
Sort of, but it's as if it can think back at you.
So basically, you manifest what you want.
Yes, we have to agree. It's an agreement between the Outlands and what you own. But if you don't think you want to find it, you'll never find it.
I want to find her. I want to break her with my fist.
I agree on the first part of that. My fists are not very good at that sort of thing, but
That's okay, Alistair. My fists are enough for everybody. And she kind of like pats you on the back and you fall forward.
he's barely standing at this point. So,
Does the evil here have a name?
Doesn't know what you're talking about.
I think she means the renegade giant.
Yeah, from Skarda.
And it took the. I'm sorry, I missed the forger's name. They told us the forger.
Yes, Thaudin.
Okay. Cool. Right, well, we should.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not Calypso at least, so we'll just find Felden, the dragon.
All right. Then give in the potions, and Xena comes with you. Anything else?
I hope one of my variants is like her.
Are we going? We're back at the castle now.
You can be. If you want.
Nayland wants to cook something before going to sleep. I don't know if there's anything else anybody wants to do in that time.
Crystals or poison. That's the...
Neither. And after she's finished, she will knock on Kelifern's door.
Oh. Well, are you going to the storefront to knock on the dollhouse, or are you going to the room that's assigned to her?
Well, I guess I would start at the room assigned to her, and if you're not there, I would move myself to the storehouse.
Okay. So yeah, so in the storehouse, she's like lit a lot of candles inside of the tiny little houses that she's turned into sort of a little city, and she's like this giant mansion that she now has.
Pardon me.
Yes. Oh, hi, Nayland. Did you come to the store? Did you need something?
No, not to take anything. I actually came to give you something. Well, share something with you.
Oh.
And she'll open up some like a tea cloth towel, and there's a loaf of bread inside. It's no cookies, but well, you know, I've been having some inklings, some memories, and well, this is one of the only things I think I actually know how to make. I know it's not Elven, but I think it comes from my family. I think it's called soda bread.
Huh.
And well, I guess well, the bread is just sort of the excuse. I really just came to say you did really good today and impressed me. And well, I've been thinking a lot about what you said about how you were worried I didn't like you. And well, at the time I didn't actually know if that was true. I'll be honest with you. I don't, and I really can't figure out why, because that's kind of against my nature. And well, everything I observe about you is really quite nice. And I find that pretty curious, actually.
So you think you have a dislike of me?
Well, no, I don't want to say that. Well, I guess I'm just not really sure. It's like some kind of block or something.
Do you think we knew each other?
You know, there's nothing that makes me say no, nothing that makes me say yes.
About how roughly, like, what age group would this Nayland be in?
Middle age.
Well, I do feel like there's resentment and maybe some deep-rooted psychological issue. Like when I'm around you, you make me a little uneasy.
Yeah, that's a good way of describing it.
And maybe it's because, hey, maybe you're my mother.
I really don't think I've had any kids. That thought actually makes me want to throw right up. So, just my gut tells me that's not right.
It's just that I don't think I'm actually a pixie.
Oh. You did actually mention something like that before.
Yeah. Like when I got here, something felt off. Like everybody was really big. And that felt weird. And like I had wings, and that felt weird. And when I see everybody doing things like, you know, sitting at the table, that feels normal. Or like reaching for high up things, that feels normal.
Well, one of the things that I thought maybe made it hard for me to connect with you was that I got a really big person. You come on strong. And I've noticed, you know, people really treat you based on how you look. Get a lot of comments about your size, and
Yeah.
well, I just really don't think there's anything small about you.
Well, I mean, there is. I mean, I live in a dollhouse, so. But
Nice. What you've done with the place.
when I was making those cookies earlier, it was like I was remembering something too.
About cookies?
Yeah, about making cookies. And I felt like they needed a design, and so I put little roses on them. And that felt good.
In my garden, I actually found a rose bush, and that felt good too.
So you are my mother.
Maybe you're my mother. I mean, you're the one making cookies.
But you made bread.
Yep, I made bread.
Well, I like the bread.
It's got raisins in it.
Let's pick up a giant raisin. Well, thank you for the bread. I mean, you should probably take most of it back, only because it'll probably go to waste here. I can only eat so much of it. And what will take a little bit of it, but I just don't want it to go bad.
All right. Yeah, sure. I'll break off a little piece, leave it on the side, wrap it up. I'm sorry that I don't like you.
It's okay. I don't really know why I don't like you either, so maybe we'll figure that out eventually.
That's the funniest thing. Well, have a good night.
Yeah. Good night.
Yeah. And Malin will walk out.
All right.
Hey, what have you guys been texting about?
There's as time goes by, as it travels now, and it is a year passes of traveling in the castle. You can all tell me what you've been up to in the last year
Oh,
of
wow.
castle travel.
I jump in if anyone else wanted to go.
I would like to learn a language.
All right, what language you want to learn? Do you have resources about any language in existence here?
I would like to finally learn Goblin. Because I'm telling you, none of my silver variants know Goblin. And I feel like she would finally like to learn Goblin.
Okay. Then you may add that to stuff as you practice a little crystal that repeats back to you. Go ahead.
I would say that. So it's a year from our event there that we just did.
Yes.
Okay. So during this time, I feel like the party would have noticed, and I'm not going to kill my character, but I feel like the party would have noticed that Simone has started to change a little bit with her mental state. I feel like when she heard Adric's voice tell her that it was going to be okay, she took great comfort in that, even though it was actually her saying it. And I feel like she would have started to slip into like a state of almost madness of like using his voice to talk to her. And so every time anybody goes like past her room, they can like hear her like pacing and in there like muttering and talking to herself. And it's like she keeps it private, but like it always seems like she's thinking about or looking at and talking to someone who's not always there. And that's it. And she's aged a little bit, and that's all.
Yeah. Little gray feathers.
Yeah.
I'm officially middle-aged.
I think Alistair, that night, actually, like when we got back from the monastery, late after almost everyone else has gone to bed, he's down in the library, and he unwraps the cookie that Kelifern gave him. Does he hear the stuff again, Matt, when he does that?
You unwrap the cookie and you get a vision as if the vines from the rose spread with many other yellow roses as they open up to reveal 7 mouths in each rose, whispering, "Finding a new way." They all go away.
He wraps up the cookie again, and he goes to the gith in the casket, and he says to it, "The void."
Yeah, we can shown a few books of talking about different entities that have been sealed within voids and that seek to a lot of like kind of either breaking out isn't quite, they wish to expand the void and consume so that nothing is more plentiful.
Okay. One more thing for that night, and then I know what he's going to do for the next year, but that night he takes out his the ID card he had that had his name on it. And is it we had this whole thing where information about us can't be written down. Could a location still be on the card?
Yeah.
Okay. So he takes out the card and looks at it again, because he never said what was underneath his name, or he was a professor of physics and the occult. Because underneath it, it says Miskatonic University, Arkham, Massachusetts. And he just takes the card, puts it back in the wallet. And he's going to spend the next year researching everything he can about the void and about how everything connects. And because he is legitimately trying to figure out how all the planes and the material and all of it actually connects to each other. What is the through line? He believes it's mathematical. No idea if he's right, but that's sort of where he's coming to. And for an actual thing, I don't know if this is something we could do. We've got a year. If he could learn a tool proficiency, but kind of a variation on one, to learn navigation. But the navigation is how to attempt to navigate across the plains.
Yeah. That was
Okay.
fun.
And so that's a lot of what it leads to. Okay.
So how would you feel if 3 operated as a research assistant?
Alistair would love that. I think when 3 first approach him, what Alistair would tell him is, I don't know for certain, but the thing I did that I don't think I was supposed to do involved research. So if you're going to do this with me, I don't know what we're going to find. Are you okay with that?
Absolutely. Whatever is in your head, I'm convinced must be playing a larger part of this. If I can help you fulfill your goals, perhaps we can all learn a little bit more about what's driving them.
Okay. You can be my postdoctoral researcher. And
where I'm from, we just call that friend, but we'll take a postdoctoral researcher. Sure.
Oh, the best postdoctoral researchers are friends. So that is wonderful.
Very cool.
Yeah, so that's
Uh,
how 3 will spend this year.
Okay. Anything specific you want to learn or figure out on doing it?
No, we'll just play the assistant for now.
Okay. And who's next?
PW volunteering if anybody else has anything to do. Huzzah. So, I got a couple things. First one is PW is going to head straight to the forge after our fun wrestling events, and he's going to start making some basic gear stuff. So he's making cow traps and grappling hooks and crowbars and sledgehammers, and miner's pick, etc. Just kind of basic tool sets. He's realizing we just might need these things at any point in time, so he's going to make some of those. If you were peeking in, you'd see him, making those kind of standard boring things, but after he finishes those for a given day, he spends a lot of time making tiny figurines of all of the other folks in the castle and all of our previous glitches as well. He's trying to get all of the details right. And he just has kind of those strewn about the smithy. Weirdly, it's less organized for those than most of the other things you would normally see how he keeps the smithy. It's generally very clean. Everything is very well organized, but there's just little figurines kind of all over the place. Some of them are finished. Some of them are half finished, but he kind of returns to them as he takes a moment. He's also going to ask Zathier if there's any room or space in the castle where they could potentially, which is the other reason he was building sledgehammers and miner's picks, to make some sort of a pool type item that you could only temporarily fill with water, so as to not to make it a water-based hazard, but to try and find something for Kelly that could be properly poolish.
There's yes, we can add a section.
It would contribute to the overall morale of the group, which in turn would have a positive effect on our attempts to determine the nature of our condition.
Just try not to throw as many Jenga blocks.
I cannot promise that.
Dojo pool.
You'd also see sometimes PW, from the best that he can recollect for that brief moment when we saw all of the other versions of ourselves in the other castles before they exploded, he's trying to make small versions of the different versions of himself, but he keeps those hidden. He works on them, but he works on them in an angry way.
Nice.
We can get a tool proficiency in this time?
Yeah.
Okay. Naylan, I think, would spend the year hanging out with, most of the time I think she's probably hanging out with Silver, goofing off or whatever they would do. And I also think she ends up spending a lot of time with Kelifern, excruciatingly, but finding the whole thing quite interesting, and sort of making it a point to regularly go visit Kelifern. And I think she ends up studying quite a bit of how Kelifern moves. She finds herself very interested in this idea of flying. And, she starts going to the library and looking up books and stuff. And on the back of her jacket, she actually has these patches that they look like they're sewn on from, they'll say things like Rally Cross Cup or Jam Master Super League, and there are all these patches with dates on them. And then there's a series that say Damsel Dash Drag Race, and there's it looks like that's something, whatever it is, this Naylan has attended regularly, and she has a series of them on her jacket. She comes out of the year with proficiency in sky vehicles.
Very nice. And Kelifern.
Okay. Let's see. Hello, Fern. She spends her time doing a couple of different things at first. She tries to get to know this Xena person, even tries to make clothing that emulates her, thinking that will impress her, to teach her about the life of warriors. But tries different hobbies for a while, but never really sticks to many of them long enough to really learn. So she tries cooking and then gives up, and tries herbalism and then gives up, and tries working with tools to open locks and then gives up. And she starts thinking a lot more about what Alistair had done earlier. And she begins to wonder if Alistair has a deeper connection to who he is. So she spends some time researching in the library, trying to figure out if there's a way she can figure out who it is that she is and where it is that she comes from. And at night, she will take a pen to parchment and start writing things down, things that maybe mean nothing, but maybe they do. So she'll write down cookies with a yellow rose, and she'll write down other things that start to spring to mind, like sunshine and rainfall and the pitter-patter of rain against a canvas sheet above my head. And she continues to do this while trying to meditate and bring forth to her mind any sense of herself so that she can just talk to herself, until one day it feels like she gets an answer. And at first it feels a little weird and jumbly, much like the strange noises that Alistair had given, and so she just assumes she's making it up. And then one day she awakens at night and goes to write down in her journal, and she finds that she had apparently written an entry that she doesn't really remember writing, but it's there nonetheless. And it just has more notes, such as the dark woods, fireflies, stains of blue, red, crimson, yellow. The grass is wet. And at the end of it is signed Esther.
Okay. And chaos. So this long, a year or so goes by. You finally hear songs and shouts coming into the castle windows. They rise over a sturdy-looking town between snowy mountains at the mouth of a bay, churning with rough waters. In the surrounding fields, warriors and martial artists hone their skills. And as you near, your Mimir chimes as its eyes brim with a swirling blue-green light.
This may be our destination.
We finally made it?
Alistair will go look out the window, kind of look around. Is this Glorium?
Everything books say it certainly appears to be, of course, the sea. You can see swirling vortexes of ocean and a vast place of battle and training.
I believe we have made it to the next gate town.
We did it.
Didn't take very long at all.
It was a very long time.
Well, maybe for you all, but it was just a splash in the old pond.
Well, it depends on if you had something to keep your mind occupied, I guess. 3 and I don't know about you 3, but it certainly seemed to fly by to me.
Agreed. It was quite illuminating.
I barely had time to finish my figurines. You'll notice the bald-faced lad. There's like hundreds of them all over the place.
Takes 10 more minutes for me to get warmed up now.
Yeah, I have been getting a little bit colder.
Oh no.
Yeah, let me get you a blanket.
Thank you.
Oh, you know what we used to do? Well, I'm really not sure where we were. I don't know. I think the weather was really weird, but we used to take rocks and put them in the fire and then wrap them up and then put them in our beds.
Wouldn't that put your bed on fire?
No, they're just hot rocks wrapped in old cloths. Keep you warm at night when it gets real cold.
Did you not have a fire or a fireplace?
And then there was acid rain with glass.
Yeah. You could just dive into like a freshly made loaf of bread.
Eating it or diving into it literally?
Like using it as a, an outfit.
Gotcha. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure. I understood.
Sounds like a handy way to keep snacks.
All right, you ready to disembark into the city?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Ready as I'll ever be.
So, how good do the martial artists look? Do they look pretty good?
They do look pretty good. Just like legendary warriors, and people see you, they go, welcome, hello, and very like good-natured and more glory seekers, hail, 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 cheering as you come.
Peter's gonna look at Silver. We must find a location to fight immediately.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
do see
also-
there are some contests that they will kind of, if you are looking for it, they are very interested in seeing if they're as good as you at various things.
PW is the spirit of competition and betting, so he is super down.
Also, Jackie, take 10 gold from the bet that we all had.
Okay.
Silver was very adamant about putting that 10 gold down, and you won, so you
Right.
get 10 gold.
As you come back, I have the strongest arm, wrestle me! Oh, like, aye. Any of you good for a little bit of pin finger? Another one goes, I can milk the goats better than anybody. And goes, eh? I think particularly it's at Simone and others. Maybe goes, hey, I want a little bit of flighting. Come on, a little bit of flighting, will you?
I assume we got a long rest that year.
Yeah, of course you did.
Just
one.
one.
The entire time.
I don't know what... Well, I know what milking cows is. Other than that, I don't think I know what any of this is.
Milking goats.
Fascinated. Milking goats. My apologies.
I'm going to take a wild guess and say pin finger is where you take a dagger, you stab it through all your fingers.
Oh.
And
Close!
if you hit yourself in the hand, then you lose.
A finger.
I would think so.
PW's hand expands and gets bigger and smaller. This should be an easy competition.
As you say that, you see one put their hand down, take a knife, and put it over their hand, like, who's going to fight me?
How does the competition part work? I just don't understand how you turned this competitive.
And they just say, put down your hand, and they show you, they spread out their fingers, and they put the knife in between each finger, going faster and faster and faster. Keep going. First one to stab themselves loses.
Oh, I understand now. Okay.
Oh, well, that's not fair because my hand's so tiny.
Here's a tiny pin.
Yeah.
Oh. That's much more fair.
Also, it should be the last one to quit playing that wins.
Endurance.
Just keep stabbing yourself.
No. How it goes.
Sure, I'll try your finger stabbing thing.
It was left down 10 gold on Nayland.
All right, then give me a sleight of hand, Nayland.
Oh shit. All right. That's a 16.
Okay, you're going. The other one starts going faster. So you're keeping up pace, but you have to increase the pace to win. So give me another sleight of hand.
Okay. That's 22.
A 22. Doing it faster and faster, and finally stab themselves. They nick a finger. They go, hey! Good job.
Nice.
And they laugh, and they give you a big hug. She's one of us! Hey!
Hey! I'm one of them. You hear me, Silver?
Great success.
But,
You could
so
also play if multiple again.
you definitely make the challenge. The one will come up to. I think they definitely want to pick this up with Silver. They go, you want an arm wrestle?
Yeah.
All right. And then this would be an athletics check.
Obligatory 10 gold down on Silver.
21.
Silver would be mad if I didn't.
21. They go, you're a little. I wonder if you have any. As you start to push it towards the table, and they kind of reposition, catch it as they try to return the force. So I'll give you another athletics check.
24.
24. Just look at them and bam, slam their head down. And it's up to you if anybody wants to do the flighting or the goat milk.
What is this?
The
What is
flight?
flighting? Do we know?
Oh, there we go. Flighting's for the quick of tongue and sharp of wit.
Oh, that's me.
All right.
Someone will sit out.
Sounds good.
10 gold on Caliphone.
So, face up against you. Go. Aye, little pixie, fluttering so sly, wings of mischief, but truth can't fly. Tiny trickster with your playful jest, in the realm of giants you're but a pest. Everyone's like, oh!
What?
Yeah.
Flighting is exchanging lyrical insults.
Oh, okay. Fine. Your mind's a garden. Nothing there grows. For weeds choke on the wisdom that you have that nobody knows.
That's pretty good.
I love it. Give me a charisma check.
Just
persuasion.
Charisma? Persuasion. No. Not great.
So you could do performance or intimidation.
Well, hold on, let me check. No, I guess I'll keep this. 15.
15. Okay. And everyone begins to cheer for you as we go to round 2.
Oh no.
Crackster, Pixie small with magic so weak, your pranks and jests a mere child streak. Nature's sprite, but no power to wield. In the face of true magic you yield.
Oh God. All right. Okay. Your words are thunder, loud, yet soon they pass. While I, though tiny, am a lightning flash. I don't know. I'm doing what I can, guys.
Yeah. Give me intimidation or performance.
Okay. Oh, performance or intimidation?
Either one.
Okay, intimidation, I guess. 17.
To begin. And they all come and almost squish you in hugs. That was awesome!
Yeah, I guess.
It was like, well, I'm suddenly Brooklyn now. I don't know how to get back to what I was doing. It was bad, but I couldn't stop listening. It was so fun to hate.
I mean, if you had one shot, one opportunity.
Somebody grabs Adric and goes, all right, you and me, we're milking goats.
But we're doing what now? But
There are two goats, a goat in front of you.
I
Go!
I know what
Let
a
me
goat
come. Oh,
is. I know what a goat is. All right.
Simone can jump in if you want to. I'm cool with that.
hell yeah! Her fingers are ready.
All right, give me animal handling.
Oh, hell yeah!
That's a
Come on. 21.
21. Bucket's filled up halfway. Goes, I think I need a new goat. Your goat's just fine, you jerk. And give me another animal handling check.
13.
13.
No, it's the goat.
They catch up. It's even. Give me another one.
Oh, no. 16.
16. You fill up and you can squirt goat milk in his eye.
Take that.
Your little crow feather hands.
Yeah.
They're extremely limber from all the plant stuff I do.
Amazing. Oh, so what brings you all here?
We came to experience this town, and we have to record. We are researchers of a kind, and we have to record our impressions and our feelings about this town after experiencing it.
We've got a Mimir that we gotta attune to.
Yes, it's a little floating skull. It's quite fascinating.
Hell, wait, where are you taking his skull to?
I'm told we have to go near the gate. And he looks at the others. That's correct, right? We have to go near the gate.
Oh, right, the gate's right there. And you see about a mile offshore is a violent churning maelstrom.
It's beautiful and terrible.
Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you.
You can talk to him more.
That's very... Are there ships or anything that can take you out near it? Maybe.
Oh yeah, a lot choose the ship route. You can definitely do that. By the docks, find the captains that might be there.
The one vehicle I don't know how to drive.
Well, and perhaps we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Alistair keeps looking at everyone else if anyone else wants to jump in. Because
Like,
no one was saying
doing.
anything.
Don't know what
But
I'm
it's
doing.
like, all right. I do think, though, I mean, we've had these contests which were quite interesting. But do we? Looks at the others. We need to find out more about the gate town first, right? I don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
Our experience has only been surface level.
Right.
We usually need to spend more time acquainting ourselves with the local culture.
Yes, like the local culture would say, our impressions thus far are brittle, and like glass, they will shatter. A frail imitation that, like the people so far, doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's really flighty.
I looks at Kelifern. I think that was almost iambic pentameter. I'm not sure though.
I don't know.
Never been that good at poetry.
I don't know what poetry is.
Also, that was Kelifern.
What did I say?
I don't know.
Pentameter.
Okay. I said, no, the rhythm of the. Never mind. I know that's Kelifern. Yes. Nayland, please.
Well, I don't suppose it's worth asking if the storm takes like a Sunday off every month or anything like that.
What?
Like, is the storm ever not raging at any regular interval we could predict and then travel to the gate at that
Hey,
time?
that's the point. You brave the maelstrom and what lies beneath, and if you survive, you make it to Ysgard.
I did think you might say that, yeah.
We've got this.
Sounds beautiful.
How often do people dare to approach the maelstrom?
Yeah, all the time. A ship just came back from there, I think.
Did it blow up?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah. It's
We
a
should
lucky
locate
one,
that
especially
ship.
for your little friend there.
Which?
The point to Simone.
What about Simone?
Yep. The ship that came out. It's lucky for her, yes. Looks just like her.
What?
Looks
The
just
ship
like
is a
her
small
friend.
crow.
Really?
Yeah, a big one.
Huh,
I feel like
Roche.
that's a sign, no?
maybe Simone, maybe they're your followers.
Perhaps.
I'll show you. You can see there's a few people riding an enormous ship here that looks. This vessel is an amalgam of like a long ship and an enormous raven with wings that come out.
Oh.
And then as you even watch, you see it. You see someone shine in. He goes. The head of the ship turns and looks at them, and goes, "I heard you shine me underneath like that. You're going too hard." That's what she said. And they're like, "Oh."
The resemblance is uncanny.
I go, yes, that's the courier. Likes jokes a lot.
This was the place of glory, right?
Yes, Glorium.
Okay.
Welcome.
That's a cool ship.
It's amazing that this ship is the ship alive.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's I have a good conversation. Love trading jokes.
Simone,
Very trickery.
go talk to them.
Yeah, we want to go talk to it. And then she'll squeeze something in her pocket.
All right. You make your way down. You see Orc taking care of it as he goes. As you approach the ship, he just goes, "Hi, I'm the captain here. What can I do for you?" Well, I'm one of the captains.
Well, I think as you see your beautiful ship. Who was it modeled after?
Huh?
Or rather, who is the ship?
It's the other captain.
Oh, that's the other captain.
Yeah, courier.
Captain Courier.
I'm Captain Bacasio Bane. This is Captain Courier.
Well, this is Captain Simone.
Where's your ship?
I lost it
Ooh, then you're
long
back, Captain.
ago. Ah, you think?
We do have a mobile castle that technically
Sometimes
can't captain.
people lose things on purpose.
No, I'm not going to lose you. Looks at the courier. Ruffles his feathers.
Did we hear Captain Courier?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It goes. It talks freely, and talks back. Goes, well, former captain, welcome. Have a resemblance.
Yeah, it's this is a very beautiful vessel.
Thank you.
Almost as beautiful as me.
The courier blushes.
Where are you from, Captain Courier?
From Yizgard.
Yersgard.
Been partnering with this old sod to take people back and forth.
Are there others
Thank
like
you.
you?
I'm one of a kind.
Oh,
Something about a big parts of it was something else they killed, but then reshaped and gave a new life to him. Older than me, though. My great-great-great-grandfather was the first one. He was a pain in the ass, too.
Simone, do you think you used to be a ship?
I mean, if that's me, then I wouldn't be here, right? Because only one of us can exist at a time.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's me. Though, it is quite nice to look at.
It could be part of you. As the god of trickery, some of your divinity may have been portioned off.
That's
Your
true.
grandchild.
Maybe.
Is the vessel available for charter?
Yep, 100 gold.
Once we have experienced Lorium further, we desire to approach the Maelstrom, not to pass through to Yizgard, but to allow for calibration of our Mimir.
Sounds great. I'll get you close, let you do whatever it is you need to do, and take you back.
Perfect.
That's a good idea, PW.
Oh, so you like jokes, right?
There he goes. Yeah, I like them.
Well, a warlock threw a teacup at me once. I guess I should have expected it from a tiefling.
Oh, the fling of the tea. Yeah! Ha ha!
Boo.
Now hit me with one.
Alistair leans over to Naylan. What's a warlock?
Oh boy, kid, just nod and smile.
Okay. I feel like I'm doing that a lot.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Why don't clerics ever get lost?
Why?
Because they always follow the divine path.
What do you call a mountaintop guarded by rogues?
I don't know. What do you call it?
A sneak peek.
Ah! 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 How do
I
you
want-
make a dragon float?
How?
Just add 2 scoops of ice cream, some root beer, and a dragon.
On the topic of dragons, Why don't dragons eat paladins?
Oh no.
'Cause they taste lawful.
What's a necromancer's favorite type of music?
Why?
Soul!
I like
Mindset.
him.
But the entire thing, Alistair, after each one, like sort of looks at Nayland like he's about to ask something like what this is, and I'm assuming Nayland just kind of shakes him.
He's smiling and nodding.
Decides not to. Like, all right.
I got one. How high can a pixie fly?
I don't know how high can a pixie fly.
Very high.
Ah,
I once saw a sailor juggling 20 paddles. It was awe-inspiring.
Simone's gonna cover her ears.
hey, patient.
They go, why did the Druids start a gardening club? To
Mwah.
get back to their roots?
Why don't pixies ever study for tests?
Their lack of attention span.
No, that was mean.
Why?
Because we prefer to wing it.
Looks at Simone again. What do you call the druid with an attitude? Sassy.
She can't hear you.
With that, you joke some more, and as you decide what else you want to do, Gloria, we will take the session to an end.
Willingly fail the save against the psychic damage.
We started with a funeral and ended with joke.
They're going to say a second funeral. That's...